Are we ready?
Well, Charlie, we still don't have them on our pad.
No. Cindy, I need to open the meeting. Are we ready to open the meeting, Scott?
We are.
Okay. Opening a meeting of the Aransas County Appraisal Review Board. It is 8:35 on August the 19th. Do we have a quorum?
Yes, sir, Chairman, we do.
We have a quorum.
Yeah. They just brought in evidence on stick drive.
Okay.
They won't be able to see it
It will not.
unless we move the camera and put it on the thing.
The first guy did? Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's move the.
We're moving the camera. The evidence was brought in on a stick drive, so we're preparing for you all to see it.
Yeah. The trouble is, he's been eating your grass.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Hey guys, listen up. So your evidence was produced for this case 863. Again, do not say the name. The evidence was produced prior to a confidentiality request, which means that the evidence involved for the property card has the person's name on it. On the property card only. So when we are going to present our evidence, before we display it on the screen, we're going to do it in such a way where his name is not revealed. Otherwise, the rest of the evidence, let me look real quick.
I'm gonna pull it over.
The rest of the evidence looks like it's going to be okay. So just to be clear, when we present our evidence,
See a sale?
we are going to rush through the sales ratio report in such a way that we're not going to reveal that name. You know, we're just going to buzz right through it, and we're going to go all the way to the end, the sales ratio report, and we're just going to look at the weighted mean or something like that. Okay. And the last page is not the subject property owner. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
but we still don't have any information.
Thank you. We're pushing that over right
Oh,
now.
wait a minute. Is today the 19th?
Yes.
Okay, we do.
Do you want to go ahead and pull it?
Yeah,
Bring him in?
pull the whole thing, pull the whole evidence package
Okay.
over. So just to be clear, the stuff that we're pulling over, we are not going to reveal the name of the person on the property card and the last page of the evidence. We are not going to reveal that. Understood?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right, we're ready to bring him in then?
Yep.
Okay.
Let me talk to him real quick.
Because this is the one I'm most likely to do with that last page. Right, that's, so, but here's the thing, is can I get down here to get rid of this one here? I'm just gonna keep bringing it back and forth, so. Which one of these, where would I delete this?
How's the angle? Okay.
I'm gonna spotlight this one. That's how we want this, is there, because that's how we're gonna show evidence right now. Let's spotlight that. Gotta make sure the boxes angle up slightly. Perfect. I mean, that's like, it's full screen on that. I mean, it could move forward a little bit.
Yep, it'll be in the walking space. That's as good as it's gonna get.
So what I'm gonna try to do on this is when I bring this over is, I'm gonna try to remember this, is to bring it over and show that, and then bring it back. And then get to the page I wanna be on, centered how I wanna be on it, and then back. Great. Type something on top of it.
Well, suddenly. Okay.
If he comes in, you're gonna have to direct it.
Tell her to change, you can't change to green yet, goes ahead and pick it up.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't picked it up?
No.
Oh,
I didn't see it back there at all.
I don't know what to do about that.
Well, she's doing what she's been doing.
Okay.
See that at all?
Yeah. That's okay.
Do you think you could?
Fine now. It's fine now. Oh, you think that's good enough?
Because if we were going to be seeing this, how it would see on there, I don't think there's any way you could see through the camera. Is 6175, oh, case ID. That's the, it's the.
863.
It's 61755 is it's the third, the fourth one, second one.
Yes, so there's one, there's.
Baby deer about this big.
Well,
Wouldn't buy twice.
Which case's number is it?
The property owner is here, and it is case.
61755, Charlie.
864.
Case number 863.
863, okay,
Sorry.
all right. Are we ready?
Yes.
I can't see anybody in the room.
Yeah, you're gonna be looking at the wall. That way, we can see the evidence being submitted.
But you're ready.
We are.
All right. We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-863, account number 61755. Bear with me for a minute. I have the script to go through and I'll ask some questions at the end. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing in protest today. On the panel and on Zoom, which I guess I'm not sure whether you can see or not, is myself, Charlie Powers, Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and Cindy Duck. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using a survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov. or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. The survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. It is very important that I ask the question, do we have all the evidence?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're going to have to speak up a little. This microphone is not all that sensitive.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. I believe it's all here.
Thank you. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public, and I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Ms. Hoffman, Mr. Dayton, and Ms. Duck's signatures via Zoom, and I am physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I, the property owner, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Okay. Would you like to go first, or would you like the district to go first?
If the district would go first, that'd be fine.
Okay. Eamon?
Okay, excuse me. This is account 61755. It is a vacant land parcel in on Poinciana in oh my gosh, drawing a blank. Peninsula Oaks. Okay. The let's see. The note was that it was part of a sale. It was purchased in 2020. So it was purchased in this calendar year with another parcel. So it was part of a larger sale. This area did receive a land table change this year. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see an aerial. This is sort of at the end of Poinciana. There's a house with a pond in the back and some unused wooded area between it and the bypass. But this parcel does not include the house, so it's the one to the north. The comps that were used include the subject, which was, a sale. When you take out the other piece of property, it indicates a value. If you see a little note there, it says 117,210. So the value of the other parcel was contributing the balance of the sale price of 380,000. This parcel was, contributing 117,210 to the sale. But it's not the only data point. Like I said, this whole neighborhood got a land table change. The next was a sale of 1309 Poinciana, and it sold in June of last year. It had a house on it as well, but the land element, when adjusted to be the same size as the subject, contributed $94,000 to that sale. The is two sales on Weeping Willow. The indicated value for the subject based on those sales is 136 and 108. And the last one is another one, 1601 Poinciana, and it indicates 117,930. The indicated value for the subject is 108,452. The notes say comp number one is also the subject. It's in two parcels. 117,210 is the indicated value of this parcel. Sale comps number 2 to 5 are land with improvement sales, just like the subject, but all have had the improvements appropriately adjusted off to leave only the land value. The equity grid is not necessarily sales. This is just showing other parcels and how we appraise them to see if we're doing them the same. across the board. And like I said, this was just part of a land table change. So the price per square foot notated down at the bottom, these are all in Poinciana. Is it 55 cents, 43 cents, 45, and 45? The difference being size. There's an economy of size per square foot on bigger lots, less per square foot, smaller lots is more. The subject is at 45, so again, there's nothing inequitable going on that front. And our sales ratio report for this area shows that we are at 99% for sales this year. The reason for that is we had a bunch of sales activity. Property values are kind of increasing in this area, and it's just because of the just normal neighborhood appreciation. Land values just going up. And that concludes our evidence.
Okay, so, sir, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine, and then you have 5 minutes to present, so you have a total of 7 minutes.
I'm gonna switch this light off that's good view so that light, the screen's easier to see. Since your evidence is on a stick drive,
Yes, sir.
we can't put it on our system, so they gotta see it through the camera.
Gotcha. Thank you. So I guess the land table change, that's something new to me. I'm trying to learn some of this stuff as I go.
Sure.
Can you explain that to me a little bit?
So the way that we value land is we find out the price, it's usually per square foot or per acre.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a lot value in a given area. And the thing that's called is a land table. There's a schedule of if it's up to X number of square feet, it's this many dollars per square foot. And that was changed this year. We have to keep up with it as the values keep changing over time. Land is always appreciating a little bit.
Yeah.
The other thing is for improved property, the location, people say location, it's in the land value. That's usually where it goes. Sometimes it tracks with the improvements, but normally the location value is in the land. And so everything on this street, the land value went up. It wasn't just yours, and it wasn't just because of your sale, it was other sales. The whole area was just appreciated this year.
Okay. And one other question. So the sales price that was reported, does that take into account other personal property that transferred with the sale? Or does that just raise a red flag at the computer saying now this entire property is worth $380?
No, it doesn't necessarily say that. It's a single point of light in a whole bunch of stuff.
Gotcha.
But
the totality of the circumstances.
Yeah, but well, I mean, for the neighborhood, but personal property is not real property. So if there is personal property in that sale, we would want to know that.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
but I mean, if we don't know, I'd love to hear about it.
Absolutely. Okay. So I guess I'm ready to present my evidence. If we could pull up some of the pictures. Again, this is not as organized as I had hoped. So essentially, my main point of arguing would be the 5 acres itself is not improved whatsoever. And it says that there are some adjustments made, but going based off of just the property value of it being roughly $20,000 per acre, and the other piece of property that was involved in the sale, property ID 61756. So if you go to the next picture, I should have a large blown up version. Now when I go to the list, if you go to the list, I can point out which one is which. So essentially, the price per acre is matching that of something that's completely improved with a driveway, a water well, cleared out to be able to mow like a yard. So go to 1602, number 1. It's about the middle of the way down. A little bit further down. 1602-1. Yes, sir. So this is the 3-acre property that's associated with the 5-acre property. Again, it's got a fence around it. It's able to be mowed. It's got a water well. It's got utility services. Everything is improved. The 5 acres do not, and everything in the comps show that improvement as well with the fence, the water well, the electricities, everything else involved. The next picture, please, sir. You can just put it to the side, probably.
Yeah, he's got to actually see the wall over there, so it's a little bit awkward.
Gotcha. So again, same frontal view of the 3-acre property that's able to be mowed with a lawnmower. The 5 acres is inundated in several spots. It's got a flooded piece of property, which is the tank, which is shared with the 3 acres. We can go to the list, sir. List of pictures. Let's see. If you go to property -1, so we'll click through all of these.
Here.
Yes, sir. And again, this is just showing the property itself. My neighbor's tank floods onto my property. Go ahead, go next. Again, this is the corner looking toward the 5 acres right here. You go ahead and keep going to the side. Just showing lack of improvement. It's not the same as other properties up and down Poinciana or Weeping Willow, where, go ahead and click next, where you can actually mow and take care of stuff, inundation, not much improvement. Go ahead next. The tank itself inundated. Next. Low-lying areas on the fence line where the fence line should be. All the other comp properties have fence line improvement type stuff. And again, the 3 acres is valued at $63,000 just for the land value itself, which is about $20,000 per acre. This one going up to $99,000 tries to value it as $20,000 as well. But again, there's no improvements as far as water well, utilities, fences. And it's very, very rough, I should say. So it's more like a pasture, like a ag use more than anything. Next. Low-lying areas. Again, this is just a picture of the phone I took yesterday. Go ahead next. One good area that's actually not inundated. The fence is not really there. It's got a bunch of holes everywhere. Next. Again, this is the right-of-way easement through it. So it's got a 50-foot utility easement through the center of it. It kind of separates the front 2 acres that have access up to Poinciana from the back 3 wooded acres that are completely unimproved. Going next.
I'm just making you aware you have 1 more minute in this section.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. If we could go back to the list of pictures. So I took, just to kind of recap everything, I took pictures of all the other properties in the sales ratio report or the comps, just to show that they all have fences. They all have yards that are able to be mowed. They're treated like an actual residential property versus this 5 acres, which is more like a horse pasture, which is kind of what was intended with the Peninsula Oaks is you can actually put horses out there. You can't put cows or chickens or anything else. And that's the way I would like to keep it. With the property tax increase going up 122.14% since 2015 appraisal versus the 1602 Poinciana 3 acres going up 16.49%. It's the same 2015 appraisal. That's mainly my concern is it went up so drastically from that 5-year period. Sales price does not reflect that the items conveyed with the property sale. The property didn't have utilities. There's easements through it, multiple drainage issues. We don't have minimal.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So now the district has 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal.
Yeah, what was the personal property?
The personal property would be 2 riding lawnmowers, 2 steel chainsaws, a bunch of fishing equipment. So the property was owned by an older retired gentleman, and he moved from essentially 8 acres to a townhome in San Antonio. So he left everything there as part of the sale price.
Okay.
And I'm sure you're going to ask for evidence as far as that goes. I can get pictures. It was not put into the purchase contract. It was explained to me by the realtor that once you put it in the contract to sell it with a piece of property, the bank will request appraisers to go appraise chainsaws.
Yep.
And everything involved. So it was kind of a gentleman's agreement between he and I. All this stuff conveys with the sale of this property.
Yeah. The other thing is real estate agents don't get commission on it.
Yes.
So the let's see here. So we have 380 for the purchase.
Yes, sir.
And our notice value for both of the parcels together was 362.
Okay.
So we're $18,000 off of the sale price, and I think that the personal property might account for a great deal of that.
Yes.
Let's look at the land. I want to look at the land element in tax for the subject to see if we already have, do we have any adjustment in it for water and if it's valued as a unit with the parcel next to it.
I don't think you do.
Okay. Well, there's a chance that it's displayed weird. I also want to know where it lands in the table, if this is being valued together with the land.
Somebody.
Do you see the person?
Yeah.
Do you know?
So it breaks at 3.5.
Not me.
Is that what 3.5, 4.2, 5. Oh, he's at 5. How big is this?
Now, he's actually this one.
Charlie?
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, my internet was out at like the first part of his, not him, but Amon's. So the total value on this property is what?
For this parcel or for the both of them together?
For this parcel?
It is, the market value this year was noticed at 99,340.
Okay, I just wanted to, because I heard you throw out another number and I just wanted to make sure I was understanding correctly.
Okay, yeah. The I just looked, and we're not going to show it so that the name doesn't pop up, but the subject parcel is being valued together with the one that the house is on, which puts it in the 5 acres plus land table segment. It wouldn't be 20,000 an acre, it would be like 22,000 an acre if it was just this one parcel. So that is being taken into consideration. There isn't an adjustment for the fact that it's not all usable land, that it has a significant portion of it is like a holding pond or just a decorative pond. I'm not sure if it has any function, but so that is an adjustment that could be made. Yeah.
And what about the utility easement assessment? Is that taken into consideration that there's a utility easement on the property?
No, it hasn't been. It hasn't been. Is it that right there underneath where the numbers are?
Right,
Where is it?
this direction right here, and on the back side, Holly Road is,
Yeah, right. But that's not actually on that one's not on your property. They might let you
So
do stuff there, but
this one, my property marker is here
uh-huh.
and here, so it should be on my property.
Well, this doesn't rectify perfectly. You see, like if you look at the road,
Gotcha.
yeah, it's
Yes, sir. I went and walked all this and found all kinds of interesting stuff when I first bought. These right here, they're probably 5 foot below the surrounding area, so it's inundated quite regularly.
yeah. I'd like to get a measurement of the usable. Scott, go ahead and get all the utility easement part, and just make a rectangle around that lake, because that land probably slopes down.
Okay.
We're getting a measurement, Cindy. Just all right. 49.47.
So is there an easement that's also running, I understand along the road, but is there also, did you just point out an easement that's right there where the bright green is or not?
Yes, yeah. So in the center of the property, there's a utility easement that runs through it, because this is basically 2 platted parcels, one on Poinciana, one on Holly. They're just together, and his property includes a portion that would have been a utility easement, an alleyway, something like that. we just measured it. We got 40,900 square feet. It's basically an acre. The subject is 5 acres, so it's about 20% of the land is not usable. It's not usable in the same way as the rest of the land on Poinciana.
So, okay.
Okay, now, you have 3 elements that you can work with. This one is, if this one came out to an acre, I would assume that's element number 2, called undeveloped land.
The undeveloped land portion is going to be in the back there where it's all wooded.
There are 2 elements called undeveloped land. One is 1.002 acres and one is 1.9 acres.
Scott, could you measure the Holly area stuff and see if it's 2 acres or 3?
I'm not sure why that.
I see. So you're saying you've already accounted for that?
He wants to look at the unhighlighted portion.
No, Cindy, they're all the same price. There are 3 elements, but they're all the same price.
Got it. Thank you.
Unit price.
Got it. So they haven't given him any sort of whatever for the easement, right?
No,
Okay.
15,000 square feet.
or the
I
pond.
believe he said the easement was about an acre. Is that correct?
The easement and the pond
And the
Together.
pond,
were about an acre.
Yeah, and this is the third undeveloped land segment is the one that's highlighted. It's
Okay,
rough measuring like this. But.
now, neither the undeveloped land segment, number 3, or number 2 appear to have the proper unit price.
I would say that the third one has the proper unit price.
Same as residential?
Yeah, these things, they're just on a tract. Because if you look at the one next to it, it goes all the way back as well.
All right,
They're all like that. But
So-
the second one effectively should be not just adjusted, but removed.
okay.
Number 2 should just be pulled off.
The,
Yes,
the
Pond
second
and the easement.
segment,
Oh, 1 acre?
it's a 1 acre undeveloped land. And he
Right.
use
And
that.
that's 20,000.
So they're gonna reappraise this here, or they're gonna
No,
do it?
I'm saying there's no difference between saying that's that segment of unusable land and 20% on the whole thing. There's no difference. It's the same thing. It ends up, as far as the value calculation, is just subtracting that value out. There's no difference to me between 100,000 minus 20,000 and deleting the second one.
And Eamon, this is something that shouldn't just stay there 2 years like our normal rulings. This is something that should be there with the property because an easement stays with it, right? Or no?
Yeah, I mean, the point is well taken. Like, I understand that, and we'll put a note in there, but how we label land segments and how the property is broken down is not actually a grounds for protest at all. It's just market value is something you can protest.
Okay, so you're saying it should go to 79,000?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
All right.
Something like that.
Does the protester agree with that?
Yes, sir, I agree with the removal of that roughly 1 acre. And again, I still go to my points of the lack of all the utilities, everything else going on that I pointed out earlier. And plus this one section that's highlighted right here, it's got several points of inundation, the same as the pond. If you take that highlighted portion off, you kind of see the little circles in there. It's going to take quite a bit to actually develop that land and put it up to that 20,000 per acre valuation because the elevation changes so much.
So
Okay.
if we take the 20,000 out and leave it at 79,000, are you good with that?
Well, the enemy of good is more, so I can accept that, yes, sir.
You can accept that?
I can.
All right.
Okay, so on account number 61755, based upon what we've heard from the district and the property owner, taking into consideration the possibility of incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion on account 61755 that we lower the total value of this property to $79,000.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are done. Hearing is closed.
Thank you all for y'all's time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Fill out a survey.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take you to Mr. Soto's office. Our next case is going to be in person, and it's going to be number 822.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's for
Oh,
somebody
okay.
else. Sorry.
No, that makes sense.
I can see there's a little confusion there and everything, so. thank
No,
you
no,
very
that makes
much.
sense. I get it.
Yeah, but thank y'all for y'all's time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day we can sit down and chat about, because it's very interesting to me, the property stuff.
Uh-huh.
So it's very, very cool. Well, thank y'all
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, absolutely. We're here anytime.
Okay, y'all too.
Because one of the things is. Yeah, and then there's ones in the back.
Hey, Charlie, is your internet acting up this morning?
No, I've got solid signal all the way.
Mine's fine.
Yours is?
Yeah, mine's okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear Eamon's presentation at all. Because my internet was acting up, and it kept stopping. So I reset. So I'm just checking. I mean, I'm hoping it's okay now.
Yeah, I'm showing 500 kbits down and 125 up when I talk.
Cindy, are you using the Fire tablet for the Zoom?
Yeah. I mean, I'm using it for the evidence, but I'm using my MacBook for the Zoom.
Okay, I was gonna say the Fire tablet is like, it's necessary to use headphones. The speaker on those things is pretty useless.
Yeah, no, what it did, like y'all were stopped. Y'all weren't moving, nothing. It was just,
Yeah.
This thing, but it's a consider
am I being too loud right now? Is it turned up too much?
No, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. But is it too loud?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Scott, was this an internet protest?
Let's see. Which one?
822.
I don't know, I have to go in and see which one 822 is.
Hi, Eamon.
Those don't mean so much to me. No, I don't know. I'm not to that one yet. I'm still working on the other one. So I'll let you know as soon as I get into it.
Okay, I just want to know what was checked.
Okay?
'Cause I don't have a protest form.
I see. Put a note in here, I think that you'll understand that it's an open uses thing. Thing here, consider adding 1 acre adjustment to land to the lake easement or adjusting all in the area for low.
I think that
No, I have a meeting this afternoon.
things like this little pond.
Yeah.
I think that they might not be hurting the price per square foot.
I don't
Because
think they are. I think
with the
people
exception of
want
the one
that.
that's gigantic.
I think people want, well, it takes the whole land, yes. It does, but a
I
lot
think
of
there's one
times
like
people
across
want.
the street from here that's just an enormous amount of water. And it's basically reducing the size, it'll make the land look overstated. So a little pond like this is, if you want that one to work. So
Charlie, what's our next, what's the next protest?
You want
I
the
think it's 822.
822. Okay.
account 1461?
All right, so it is an online protest. It was an online protest, and I show checked is Q1 and Q2.
Just Q1?
Q1 and Q2.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, and now on this case, you'll go back to shooting the forms directly, right? Like we have been in the past?
Yeah, we'll go back to screen sharing what would normally be displayed on the wall.
Thank you.
Had to do that because it came on a stick drive and you can't see what's here physically in this room.
They love you.
Is this an in-person?
I believe so.
I'm gonna run and get a couple, whoops.
All right, you should have a blue screen now.
I've got a blue screen.
Yep.
I'll put you guys up there so they can see you while they're
The
here, and then I'll put the evidence up there.
board is
for that.
zoomed in and not actually in this room.
Okay.
But if you'll just stand right over there for a moment, I'm gonna sanitize your area.
I'm sorry, Val.
Mr. Zarenthal is here. He's here for 2 cases.
And the board is there for now. You can see there. And our evidence and your evidence will go up there. Okay. And they'll see that screen and you'll see the screen. Everybody will see the.
So when you're ready, you can have a seat. Things are a little.
Now we're doing 822 first?
Yes, it's case 822 and the next will be case 823.
Yeah, I got
If
it.
I'm remembering right, these are an undivided interest, right, of the
Correct.
same account, same parent account. So what gets protested is the parent. So, what's going to happen on one will likely happen on the other one, unless there's no. I don't think anything's disputed as far as like proportionate interest. It's just the value of the property.
Okay. We ready?
I am ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Opening a hearing on case ID 2020-822, account 14618. Mr. Darenthal, if we have some administrivia to take care of, I'll ask some questions along the way. Just follow along with me, okay?
Okay.
This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. On the panel is myself, Charles Powers, Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, Cindy Duck. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate you taking it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. This is very important. Do we have all of your evidence?
Yes, sir.
Very good, thank you. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I've not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66. I'm signing to that effect, and I am located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am currently located in the state of Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
My name's Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Ms. Hoffman, Mr. Dayton, and Ms. Duck's signatures via Zoom. I am physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board to the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Yes.
I, David Durenthal, do solemnly swear to affirm that the testimony I shall represent to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Mr. Derenthal, do you have a Texas appraiser license?
No, sir.
On the table in front of you are the hearing procedures that we'll be following. Do you see it, the chart?
Yeah.
The question I have is, do you want to go first, or would you like the district to go first?
The district can go first.
Eamon?
All right, the property ID number is, hang on. That was bugging out. 14618, is that
Yes.
14618? Great. Okay. This is a child account. The parent account is 8820455. And the 2019 market value for this child account was 285,466. Just to be clear up some confusion, if I'm looking at this correctly, one of them 75% and the other's 25%. So that's the proportion of each. This is a 75% account. All right, and if you scroll down, oh, there's a little note there. It says added new residential MA built with existing MA main area, function for inside building of the Big Fisherman storage, reduced size. That note is pretty old. That's just field notes saying that this is being converted from what it used to be, which was a restaurant, to a mixed use storage type facility, and there is a residence in it, like in the building. And it's built out. It's not an office, it's an actual residence. If you scroll down a little bit to the income worksheet, we'll see where this number came from. The gross building area is 10,276 square feet. 8,400 of it is the remaining square footage. The rate given was for climate controlled self-storage at $13 a foot per year. It was given 15% vacancy, 45% expenses, rendering a effective gross income of $92,000 after expenses. Net operating 51,051. This is for the whole property, by the way, not just the subject, not just the one part of the account. It's not broken down yet. The entire thing then gets an excess land value because there is land that's being used for parking, basically rental parking, but it's just being valued as land because anybody could let someone park boats on their land. And the indicated value for the residence is $158,490. That's going to be on a cost and sales comparison basis because it's just like a house. And the indicated value for the total is $852,490. And the next page is the equity grid, and it shows other climate-controlled self-storages were treated the exact same way. Same lease rate, same vacancy, same expenses, same cap rate. They have different tax rates. And the higher the taxes, the lower the value. The second one is Rockport Self-Storage. It has non-climate controlled units and warehouse, so it has an adjusted value there as well, just like this one does. And you see all 4 of these have excess land on them. There is an excess land value when you have a lot of land on storages. And nothing unusual was done, but I think that's it for our evidence we're going to present. That'll be it.
Okay, and I'm sorry, may I ask one question, guys?
Yep.
Okay, so when you have a parent account and another account, you're saying that on one account, it isn't, you don't separate and say, well, the buildings belong to this account and the home belongs to this account. You just say, for the whole value, here it is, 25% is on this account and 75 is on that account. Is that what you're saying, Eamon?
Yes, the ownership interest is undivided in the whole thing. So there's
Okay.
3 accounts, a parent that is for valuation purposes, and then 2 child accounts that represent the separate owner's proportionate interest.
Got it. And so are there 3 people that own this, that are involved in the ownership of this whole property?
No, there's two. So there's
Okay.
2 child accounts. The parent account is effectively both of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now, Mr. Darenthal,
Yes, ma'am.
you've got 2 minutes to cross-examine and then 5 minutes to present. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 7 minutes on the timer, okay? All right, you can start. And you can ask questions or whatever, or present.
Okay, we can stay right here on this equity grid. The values shown on there, if we take last year's values, or I'm really working in square footage, you know, like a price per square foot to say. It's kind of easier for me, if that's okay. Anyway, last year, the improvement assessment on that property was $24.37 a square foot. And this year it increased 173%. Seems a little bit extreme. And it's the same with these other comps shown on there on the equity grid. It's really similar to each property. Keeping in mind, my property's 26 years old. And the majority of it is gravel and grass. These other properties are, for the most part, concrete. But it's consistent on every one of these properties. Lockport self-storage. There's increased 79% per square foot from last year to this year. Curtis Properties, I'm not sure which one that is. That's, it doesn't have the name of it, but I will love it. Let's see. Let's get that one. This one doesn't have the name of it either.
Yeah, there's quite a few commercial accounts where we don't know the business names. They don't have any signage or anything.
Right. 92, I go by numbers, I guess. This one is Edgewater Rentals. Yeah, their price per square foot increased 170% from $29.80 to $84.33 a square foot. And the same with, Anyway, I guess my point being is 173% increase for a property that hasn't really changed since last year. My income has improved, but not 173%. And then the total value of the property, I'm not sure how the residential side is included in this. But that went up as well from 66,000 last year to 186,000 this year. And all the other residential properties, and again, this house is built inside of a building. It's not a freestanding house. And there is no other house around me that is built inside of a building to compare to. But I have the two houses that are closest to me, one right across the road from me and one next door to me, their assessments actually went down this year, as did nearly every residential property in my area. Within a mile, every single property went down in improvement value. But mine increased 173%. Which I believe is extremely unfair, and I don't know how we got to that. I never received one of these before. I've never seen one of these income calculation worksheets before. I never received one last year. I didn't know the property was approved or appraised this way. But my income, the income calculation I got this year, I actually put the actual numbers from my rent rolls and my profit and loss statement that I use every year for my taxes. So I put my numbers on a piece of my evidence and came up with a bit different number than the county did.
And where's that?
I don't know how to get that. I wouldn't know how to get that on the screen.
So what's the question?
It is on the first page.
Yeah, very
Your
first.
evidence or his evidence?
Just go up one page, you're at it.
It's in his evidence.
So Eamon, did he submit his information to you to fill in the income sheet with?
Not before right now.
Okay.
Yeah, right now.
Is there any way you can kind of find?
Yep, there's a lot of stuff I can address here. Okay, the first thing is I just want to let you know what the change was about this year.
Okay.
The comptroller comes in every 2 years and studies our values and looks for areas where our values are off. If we're too far off, it ends up being a problem for every taxing entity, especially the school district. And one of the things that was a significant, like an area of weakness we could not defend, was self-storages. Really self-storage, strip centers, offices, all kinds of stuff, commercial stuff. The problem is there's 3 approaches to value. There's sales comparison, cost, and income. And we just haven't done the income thing. The reason we haven't done income in this district before is because it's not free. You have to buy a lot of data and it takes some work. And our board, because of this failure, has finally said, we'll give you the money to buy the stuff you need to do this. And the comptroller is saying, tough, you got to do it, get it done and get these things accurately valued. So that's why they're being done on income. It seems it's like a drastic change year over year, but it works better as far as like producing accurate value, but it also, when your business is struggling, it will reflect a lower value. There's hotels after the storm that were on a cost basis that weren't operational all year. And if they're valued on an income basis, the fact that they can't operate is very detrimental. So it's basically just more realistic. This is the way you're supposed to value commercial property. But that being said, first thing, let's do something simple, which is the residents. A change of that magnitude is probably a percent complete thing. Can we check to see if the residence was partially complete last year? And if there is an adjustment being made for the fact that it's built inside of a commercial building?
What is, okay, I'll just think
No, it's okay. Do you want the parent ID or something?
No, I'm just going back to look, just ask me the question and not.
Yeah, I just want to know if it's a percent complete change or like why did it change your?
There's been no
For the
changes
residents.
since 2017, actually.
Hey, Charlie.
Yes,
What I did is I've just gone ahead, you know how Eamon gets 2 minutes and 2 minutes. I've gone ahead and just gone into that time. But
Yes.
and, you know, so I think I'll still keep us to our schedule, but even if we go a little over, after we get this one done, the other one should just be kind of a reflection of this, the next account.
yes.
So I'm just,
Let's not go over too. How much time does he have left?
Eamon has 1 minute and 42 seconds, but I think I can't see that well, but is he working on the figures?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the account for the residential part. Yep. Okay. So the residence was actually valued last year at 160, and it depreciated $2,000. That 68,000 may have been a result of finding the improvement value from a child account or something. But I mean, I can tell you this residence is depreciating like normal, and there is a functional adjustment on it for the fact that it's inside a commercial building. It's not valued like it's a freestanding house. It's obviously it's in this thing.
It should be lower though if it's not a freestanding.
And you said the value of the house is 160,000?
Yeah, it's big. That's really what it is. It's a lot of square feet, but it's at 85% of what it would be if it was a regular house. So.
I have a question, Eamon. Protester indicated that the residential values up and down the area where he's located went down
Yeah.
and his went up.
No, his
What's the difference between being inside of a building? I can't quite figure that, but how is that accounted for?
Last year, it went up 173%.
I'm telling you, it didn't. Like where you're looking at it may look like that, but I'm looking at the 2019 account and the residence was 160 last year, and this year it's 158.
And how much I didn't pay that much in taxes.
I don't know what your taxes are. I just value the property.
Yeah.
But the other thing that we need to address is your rentable area is probably you're noting a pretty significant change in rentable area. That 5,408 is that. How did you get that number? Is that all your?
Did we just finish up with the residential? And it is what it is. It's staying at 186.
Well, I don't want to run out of time is the issue.
Okay. Well, I want to stay with residential and just, real quickly, it was valued, my improvement values were 5598 in 2018. It increased 22% to 68,000 in 2019. And in 2020, it increased to 186,220.
I'm telling you, this is not a good use of time. You're going to end up hurting.
Well, and also right now he's kind of out of time. He had already run out before we so we're.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go on then. Let's move on.
Okay, so is the net rentable area that you're listing of 5,408, is that all of your units added up? But where did you get that number from?
I added all my units together, my 68 units, and it's on my rent rolls.
Okay, perfect. And it says your lease income, you have 821. So the way that rent rate is per foot per year. So
Yes.
what is your unit renting for per foot per month? Because most people don't know what it is per year.
Well, I can tell you, it's right here in my rent rolls.
Yeah, again, we're kind of pressed for time doing this
Okay.
during a hearing.
It's right now, I actually average I actually averaged the square footage price
Okay, perfect.
to 95 cents a square foot.
Okay, okay, yeah, it's 5, 12. Okay, so that puts you at 1140 a foot per year. And so your occupancy is 67%, is what you're saying. That was your occupancy throughout the year, right?
Yes,
Over the year. And then your expenses are, let me see, you have them on here listed from your, I believe from your IRS statement, or no, you have a P&L. You have a P&L on
yes.
there. Yeah. Let me get to it.
That number is different because I separated from my inside to my outside storage.
Yes, that was the other thing I wanted to ask. So how, let's see, so your 2019 sales revenue says 66,000. What portion of that was outside?
Approximately 55 to 60%.
Okay,
60%.
okay.
All of it would be.
Okay. And that's based on 67. And then we have 60. Got it. Okay, so this is all kind of rectified. Okay. Okay, so the value of the in the controlled storage portion of the property is easily rectified to be 393,000 basic.
Loose properties.
Round down, 393,000.
Okay.
And then you have 393,000 plus excess land, 511, and then the house, 820. Okay, so just by adjusting the commercial space for the correct rentable area, because there's hallways and air conditioners and all kinds of things in climate controlled storage, and it needs to be adjusted, makes the whole account 647, basically 647. So now the only thing left is if we want to consider the residents again, I can try and clarify that change year over year. But that's where I'm at. Again, the residents did just depreciate. We can pull it up. Can you just
If we
pull
could,
facts over?
Yeah, it shows to last year as well.
Yeah, we have our records. So
Yeah.
okay, so we're in 2018. Go ahead and it says it's 162,020.
That's with the land value.
No, that's just the residential portion of the improvements. That's just the house part. That's
So-
20.
Yeah, I don't understand it. How does it get that way on the tax records?
Where are you seeing the number that you're referring to?
Right. I'm all scattered
I
around
know
there.
there's a lot of.
And that's for 100% of the property.
Yes.
Right here
Where's the 68 number?
is right here.
Oh, okay, because this is not the entire account. This is a child account. So it's not the full value. That's the 25% interest portion.
That's what it should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but this is for the whole thing, for the whole enchilada. So if you look at the one that says this 68,000, see, now it's 168. That's the improvements for the entire thing.
For the
I can
entire
see where
thing, what do
this
you mean the entire property or
Yeah.
entire building?
Yeah, I can see why this is confusing.
Uh-huh.
It's because it's an undivided interest. You have a parent account and child accounts. And the number that you're looking at is not only a child account, but it's actually the other one. That's the improvement value for the other child, the 25% one.
Well, then where is it? Then,
Because we're dealing with this PID right here, 14618.
so then what I have last year on the 8,400 square feet,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I have that it doesn't equal.
Yeah, Scott, go to the parent account. Let's just talk about the parent account so that we're not getting confused about the.
I'm super confused.
Okay, so in 2018, let's just think about the whole thing as 100%. So we're just talking about the whole property.
Okay,
2018, it was 330,000.
yes, sir.
It was under construction. Let's go to
No,
2019.
no, it was actually not. Oh, yes, it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was.
Let's go to 9. You're gonna have to click several times because it's got triplicate for everything. Okay, the 2019 value, click back one. No, you're a little bit too far.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
can't see, I can't see to move it here.
Where is it? Where is it? Those are both the child accounts. Is there?
I don't think it roll histories, it does the two childs and then that's it.
But I mean,
You have
Oh.
we have 75%
Okay,
and
that's annoying. Yeah, these
25%.
two added together. This is the 285 and the 95, and then go to 20.
But-
There we go. There we go. So this 639 one was the 285. This 213 one was the 95. So they went up to that. They went up in that name. The residential value depreciated. It dropped by $2,000 just because residential improvement it depreciates. So that wasn't changed. The only change was the income valuation of your storage units is what it is.
It doesn't seem like that to me, but
I understand. I mean,
because all I know is I'm paying $8,000 more this year than I did last year.
yes. Okay.
And that
so,
seems like, and it seemed like 2,000 of that went to the residential part.
Okay.
Because that's where,
No.
that's how it's,
yeah, I can understand that it looked like that, but that isn't the only change. Was the value of the commercial part of it. And
Okay,
I'm agreeing with you.
All
that
right, Amen.
Cindy,
I know.
get a
We-
second.
it's still going to be higher.
I've been keeping up with the time and we're already at 10 minutes and 30 seconds over. So, Amen, one other thing. So we don't have the numbers for the parent account. We add these two together and that gives us the total number. So the 647 number that you came up with a little while ago, was that the parent account or just one of the accounts?
That's the parent.
So, okay, and were you offering that to him?
Yes, that's a good warranted change.
Okay. So, Mr. Darenthal? Mr. Darenthal?
yeah,
Okay, so the total of 639 and some change and 213, okay? Those two accounts added together comes around, let's just say around 900,000, okay?
Huh?
So Amen has offered that the total of those two together would now be 647,000.
Okay,
Is that a number? And,
I mean, I guess I would accept that if my building wasn't, my building wasn't 26 years old and I'm being taxed
okay.
as
Okay.
a property.
Okay,
Right.
no, and that's cool. Okay, so now, basically, we're at district closing. Well, you actually get a 2-minute rebuttal, sir.
Mhm.
Okay, but I mean, now I'm gonna hold, we have to stay on our time because we're running over, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you have 2 minutes.
Like I was saying, I would agree with that if my building was only a year or two or old, but it's a 26-year-old building that sat for 7 years and rotted away. So I have a lot to do yet. I mean, the storage itself, there's doesn't seem to be any discount for location. I'm in a rural area. These other comps are in the city, which, that's kind of comparing apples and oranges. And the other,
We'll start the new stuff when you get the prescription.
excuse me?
No, there was background noise.
And the other factor is, there's really nothing that, I built this out myself, so it's not, architecturally as beautiful as a regular manufactured self-storage facility. It was repurposed from a restaurant to a storage facility, so I think it's still too high, the offer, a bit. Taking in those considerations, as well as the rest of my property that's gravel and asphalt, and the asphalt is completely, is about 90% gone. So we're not getting any adjustment for any of those other factors that I just mentioned. And that's it.
Okay, all right, so now the district gets a 1-minute closing.
So just by adjusting the way the property is described, it gets to 647 for the parent account. But I'm okay. We don't have to waste any more time with me going through all the details of it, but I'm okay with 550.
Okay,
550.
There two counts will be.
Yeah, and I'll give you the proportionate of that, which is 175. So that's 412 for one. And 137 for the other.
okay.
Okay,
And the one that we're doing, okay, so thank
Sure.
you, Amy. All right, so now, sir, you get a 1-minute closing.
That sounds like the best deal I'm gonna get, so I'm gonna take it.
Okay, all right,
all right.
so
Five
now the,
versus the 850. Okay.
The account we're dealing with, Cindy, is the 412.
okay, so we're still dealing with the count, case number 822-14618, which is good. Okay, so we're in the right one. All right, so on account 14618, based upon what we heard from the district and from the property owner, I make a motion which takes into consideration the possibility of the incorrect appraised market value and the possibility of the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, that we lower the 2020 value for account 14618 to $412,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, hearing is closed. Now, I'm going to open up the other hearing, which is 8:23,
Right.
and we'll talk about it.
Okay, and
Opening hearing 2020-823, account 88-20456. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.60.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I've not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I'm witnessing Mr. Powers, Ms. Hoffman, Mr. Dayton, and Ms. Duck's signatures via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I, Dave Darenthal, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Now, Mr. Darenthal,
Yes, sir.
we spent an extra 10 minutes on the other account to unravel all of this complexity. So, and you agreed to 550 as the total for the two accounts, which would put this one at 137,000. You agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Very
Okay.
good.
On account number 88-20456, I make a motion based upon what we've heard from the property owner and from the appraisal district, taking into consideration the incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, that on account number 88-20456, we lower the 2020 value to 137,000.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. We are finished. Hearing is closed. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
And please fill out the survey.
Okay.
What was that property?
You can do it. You can do it later. You can do it later.
The old Big Fisherman
Yeah,
restaurant.
you get an order and then it'll have instructions.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. You have a good one.
You too.
It's opening in a new place.
Yeah, not in the same location.
Are there any other 830s, do we know?
There's several. We got one on the phone and we got somebody in the.
Oh.
Well, we're way behind here.
Well, but Kathy, we shouldn't be because we didn't waste any time on that one.
Well,
And
that's true
Our
too, but
hearings
still.
take, we only used up 10 minutes and our hearings take 20.
Yeah, it's 10 and we still have what, 2 830s? Is that correct?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
But we started late, remember, because of the confidentiality and all that.
Right.
Ooh.
There's one from the 8:30 that's on the phone. It is. Well, the name I was given doesn't. Well, that's not an 8:30. That's a 10. Well, we might not be behind. We might be actually at the 10 o'clock docket. Let me.
All right, in that case, I'm declaring a 5-minute recess.
Did not get the instructions to call, so to phone in by Zoom. So he's doing that.
So
Well, Oh, I see.
Whenever everything's done.
Okay, so I'm gonna log out and log back in because my internet's still being funny, and I think I just need to totally get out and come all the way back in, okay?
Okay, so but he's here, we're gonna do this.
Okay, so neither of these are done.
So,
Problem because.
okay, Bill,
reason
please.
So are we gonna be on the 10 o'clock docket or don't we
No.
know?
I'm sorry, there's two people with the same last name. The one we're working is gonna be Charles and Sharon Miller. It's a case 835,
Well, I need to open it up and do something because I.
57859,
835, okay.
835.
They here or on the phone?
They're on the phone.
They're getting instructions right now, so they're not in there yet.
So these are not gonna have the right.
Whose clock is that?
Oh, sorry, that's mine. Is that annoying?
No, I don't care.
Give you know that when you have things going on, mute yourself the whole time and
Just
no one can hear anything that's going on.
And you just unmute when you want to
Just
talk.
mute it, and then like when it gets to your time to talk, you can just click unmute. And then.
Okay.
But that's if you all want to do that. It's up to you.
It'll actually help overall sound quality as well. It takes up less information.
Okay. Let me ask a question since I was out for a few minutes. Do we know who's next?
We do. It is case 853,
And that is on the
830. The last one of the 830s.
Middle of page 3, Charlie.
there.
It's actually 835.
That would explain my problem.
Oh, what did I say?
853, but it's 835.
Okay.
Well, that's right here, I just, you gotta put something in for this
Oh.
thing that happened.
Cindy's not back yet?
She had to shut her computer down and come back, so I don't think she's
Yeah.
back yet.
I heard her say that.
Doing that and
Just try to close it, however, just like that. And then just say yes. And go back.
yeah, whatever you need to do. Okay, so we have this person bring them in and it will be just partial board. We don't have Cindy, it's not. Oh, there's Cindy. We'll get Cindy back in first.
This is Mr. Miller.
Just so you'll know, Charlie, there's a discrepancy in the Q2 and Q3 between what's on the paper and what's on the affidavit.
All right,
Really?
I'm bringing this person in, whoever this is here.
Mr. Miller, yes.
Hello, is this Mr. Miller? Or Mrs. Miller?
Robert?
Hello.
Yes.
Robert, what were you saying? Was discrepancy?
On the case sheet today, the district has Q2 and Q3, but on the affidavit,
On the protest form.
or the protest form, sorry, it's Q1 and Q2.
That's what confused me. Yeah, we're dealing with Q1 and Q2.
Okay.
Cindy, okay?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back on now. So tell me
Okay.
again, please, what account number?
Okay, first of all, we have a glitch here at the appraisal district that we need to go ahead and fix. I believe there are two people on the line that are dialed in, and who we need right now is Mr. Miller.
Or Sharon Miller?
Okay, I am here.
Okay, and is there someone else on the line?
No.
Yeah,
Val?
Steve Wagner's on the line.
Okay, Mr.
Waiting.
Wagner, we admitted you by accident because going to be a while before your hearing. We're going to go
Sure.
ahead and
Put
go
you
ahead
back in the
and
waiting room.
put you back in the waiting room, and
Sure, you bet.
probably be about an hour or
Is
so,
your,
just to let
is
you
your
know.
area code 361 or 309?
My area code's 309.
All right, thank you.
Enjoy the music.
All right, so now we are on case number 835.
Okay, thank you.
And it's it's a phone.
Yes,
It
sir.
is. Mr.
Okay.
Miller on the line.
So and
Okay.
it's Q1 and Q2.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Miller,
Yes.
we have some administrivia to take care of. Follow along with us. I have some questions along the way.
All right.
We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-835, account 57859. This hearing is being recorded. We're the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protests today. On the panel are myself, Charles Powers, Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and Cindy Duck. We do not work for the Appraisal District. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at the Appraisal District Office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/survey ARB. The survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate it if you take it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. I'm looking at my tablet and I don't see any evidence for you. Is that correct?
That is not correct. Let me go and make sure that it has been put in. I will be right back.
Okay, I will wait. There we go. Okay. Now we have it. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am signing to that effect, and I am physically located in the state of Texas.
Correct.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am located in the state of Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
Charles Smith, I'm a notary public. I'm witnessing Mr. Powers, Ms. Hoffman, Mr. Dayton, and Ms. Duck's signature. Located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Mr. Miller, I am assuming that you are under oath for the duration of this hearing as you signed the affidavit.
Okay.
All right. Do you have an appraiser's license in the state of Texas?
I do not.
Do you have available to you the hearing procedure times chart? Sent with your
I
package,
don't.
it's a 4-column chart.
Is that something that you sent
Yes.
in the package?
Yes.
I do have the package. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but
Well, we'll walk you through it. We have a timekeeper, and she'll
Okay.
keep track of where we are in the process.
okay.
And suffice it to say, there is ample time for presentation, cross-examination, and rebuttal.
All right.
The question is, do you want to go first or do you want the district to go first?
It doesn't matter to me. I don't mind. You mean, yeah, I'll be happy to, but it's either way's fine.
Well, you get to choose. So if you'd like to go first, you have 5
Well,
minutes.
I'll go first because it's not a huge deal, but I know that the value went up on this property, and it sustained some damage and sort of repaired what could be repaired and just patched up the rest. We had that place rented. It is no longer rented or leased. So it still needs quite a bit of repair to it. So I disagreed with increasing the value at all. So, and also we had supposedly sent in this information before by regular mail, and I had a couple of other photographs of the roof, but apparently you guys don't have that. So we just emailed everything back over this morning, but I didn't have those original pictures, but I did send, and you should have, I think the quote to redo the roof on the place, which needs to be redone. We patched it after the hurricane, but it has not been redone yet. So that needs to be redone, and we need to replace the air conditioning. So that was my only argument. I didn't feel like the value should have been raised at all. So that's it. I mean, I guess that's my argument. I did not go and appraise any other neighbor properties or anything else. I really don't know what's leased or what's not leased over there. But I know it's a difficult market for renting and leasing buildings there right now. So that's really it.
Okay, so now the district gets 2 minutes to cross-examine and 5 minutes to present. So I'm putting you on 7 minutes.
Okay, the subject property is 57859. It is a commercial retail space in downtown Rockport.
Commercial, okay.
And it's 414 South Austin Street. The rentable area is listed as being 4,050. And let me just ask that real quick. Is that accurate? Does your building lease 4,000 square feet, or is it something different from that? I'm not 100% certain. Okay. That sounds bigger than I thought it was, but I can't answer that question. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's pretty accurate. But just curiosity's sake, if you knew. And this was valued this year on an income basis because previously they were on a depreciated cost and they were not at market value. So the market rent is $10. That's per foot per year. And given a normalized vacancy of 5% and no expenses because the model is built on a triple net basis, giving a net operating income for the property of $38,000 per year. The cap rate is loaded with taxes, renders a value of $411,000. The income equity grid shows other retail properties in downtown Rockport are treated the exact same way, same lease rate, same vacancy, same no expenses, same cap rate. And their values, as you can see on the right, are pretty similar actually. This isn't an unusually sized retail space. The property owner has brought up that there is remaining damage from the storm. There's extant repairs that need to be made, and the roof needs to be done. The AC needs to be fixed before it can be leased, and that is totally relevant. That is something that needs to happen. The given cost for that was something like $62,000 for the two of them, something if I remember right. And I would say the value for the fact that it requires repairs and that kind of thing, there's an entrepreneurial, basically somebody buying it doesn't just have to pay for it, they have to buy one that they have to fix, and there's other ones that they don't have to fix. So the market value being 411 minus the repairs gets you to like, 340 or something like that, 350. but I would be okay with like 300.
300 total value on the property?
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty reasonable. I think I would expect to see it sell for that as a fixer upper.
Okay, so are you offering that?
Yeah, no, that's my opinion of value right now.
Okay, so Charles,
Yes.
is that $300,000 value, is that something you'd like to accept?
I think that's probably fair. Yes,
So-
I guess.
So yes, to you, that sounds like the right number?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know the market that well, but I think that sounds reasonable to me.
Okay,
Okay. All right, then I'm going to make a motion on account number 57859, based upon what we've heard from the property owner and based upon what we've heard from the appraisal district, taking into consideration the possibility of incorrect appraised market value and the possibility of the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion on account number 57859 that we lower the 2020 total valuation to $300,000.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're done. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Please fill out the survey on your experience with the appraisal.
Where do I go to do that? How do I do that?
The girls in
Up
front.
front, up front in that office.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, that's it for 8:30. So we're in the 10 o'clock docket now.
Yeah, that's good, because it's 15 after.
Now, who's the guy that's waiting?
Let Mr. Legner in.
Yeah,
The guy that's waiting is at 10 o'clock. What number is that?
that's case 1482.
Bottom of page 3, right below Miller.
It's the guy in the line.
Bottom of page 3.
The factory
Oh,
original.
okay. Okay, got it.
You let him in?
You want to, if that's the one you want to take next,
Is it strictly first come, first served, or should you triage them?
I don't know, but if the board, if this is the one they want.
I don't have a 10 a.m. docket. Do you? Anybody?
Let me check.
Wait a second.
I don't.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, neither do I.
Scott,
If they're,
send word up front. We don't have a 10 o'clock docket.
okay,
We need to get moving.
all
We
right.
don't have any of the info on the 10 o'clock, Scott. Oh, gosh. Did any of those, like, when we were driving back last night, and it was probably like 9 o'clock when we went over the Copano Bridge, coming through Cuero and all, I mean, it was amazing, like huge electrical storms. And I mean, it poured down rain, but like huge electrical, you know, how those heat electricity storms. And I mean, it was just beautiful. Did y'all get any of that down here or no?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
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 We need the
Yeah,
rain.
Cuero
We
got-
didn't get any.
Yeah, Cuero got some good rain last night.
Well, too bad it didn't come here.
I know. We were trying to bring it with us, Kathy.
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun driving through it.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's kind of like, you know, breaks up the trip. So. Whew.
Okay.
Okay, well, I have a docket.
Yeah,
Me too.
Okay, the next account is going to be case number 537. 537.
537. No.
I
Correct.
don't understand. What happened to Mr. Legner?
And he's gonna be on hold.
Okay, where is 5?
This one's first.
He was there first.
Over here, I have Mr. and Ms. Patel.
That's okay.
We at 537, is that correct?
537.
Page 4 in the middle, Kathy.
Yeah, I got it.
They changed it.
Yeah.
Mr. Legner is on the 10 o'clock docket, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing this, we're gonna
I
do
know,
this.
I just, the way y'all were talking about it, I'm wondering if I got something wrong. But
No, you didn't.
Patel was checked in before Legner.
No, that's okay. Then no,
But
it's like-
Patel is on the 10 o'clock docket. Was Legner also?
Yes.
All right.
we are ready.
Okay. Opening a hearing
Yeah, absolutely.
on case ID 2020-537, account 51778. Mr. Patel, we have some administrivia to take care of. If you just follow along with us, I'll have some questions along the way. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. I'm not sure whether you can see us on the screen or not, but the panel consists of myself, Charles Powers, Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and Cindy Duck. We do not work for the Appraisal District. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. The survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. We have all your evidence, right?
Yes,
Okay. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I've not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I am signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I am not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
My name's Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Ms. Hoffman, Mr. Dayton, and Ms. Duck's signatures via Zoom, and I am physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Go ahead and state your name, Mr. Patel, and read. I think she said you would speak.
I do solemnly swear, affirm that the testimony shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
And if you'll state your name. Mr. Patel, if you'll state your name.
My name is Kamlesh Patel.
Thank you. Mr. Patel, do you hold the Texas appraiser license?
I don't, sir.
Okay. On the desk in front of you, there is a chart that is hearing procedure times. You see it?
I see it, sir.
You see it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. We're going to follow that procedure throughout the hearing. And the first choice is, do you want to go first or do you want the district to go first?
Well, it doesn't matter to me, sir. I can go first.
Okay, you have 5 minutes.
I don't need 5 minutes. I probably need 1 minute. My opinion, sir, the price is over there. It is a ridiculous. It's 14,000 to 31,000 is a piece of junk land. I invested long time ago, but that's a mistake I made. And this is way in the corner.
Oh,
If
just so we know, we're looking at 51778 for commercial property. Siobhan Reeve. That's the case we're in right now.
okay, well, my presentation, I brought my wife over here after the because she had a COVID-19 couple of months ago. So I had a heated conversation over here. I said she cannot present over here, but I brought her still because this was under Malini Patel. And I came 2 days ago, and I think the same board member was there. Now I addressed this one because it seems coming over there because you put in the wrong things over here and that. It should be under Malini Patel at 9 o'clock. Oh, sorry, 9 o'clock. It was a Malini Patel there.
Yes, the owner record is Jayesh and Malini Patel.
Yeah, but there was another piece of land was there. That's what I was thinking. Because 3 days ago, sir, because under the oath, I should not testify that, and you okay that. I'm not in the name. Now they're coming over there, you changing your procedures every day different.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, yes, sir. Let me tell you this now. Board member, please give me a chance to talk to here now, because 3 days ago, I came over here. So please let me explain what happened exactly. So please, can I say something right now, sir? Sir and madam, please, the board members?
If it's relevant to the account 51778, you have 5 minutes.
Sir, are you talking about the property on Market Street?
No, madam, no. This property was coming to my wife named Malini Patel, which is the different property. That's what my understanding was.
Okay, and is the other property on 9th Street?
Yes, madam, yes.
Okay, so you are supposed to be talking about these cases today, but we can only do them one at a time, okay? So first, we just opened the case that's on your Market Street property, sir.
I understand. Thankfully, I understand.
Okay, and after we do this one, then we can go to the one that's on 9th Street because it's listed on our sheet for the 10 o'clock docket also. Do you see?
Okay, yeah, I understand, ma'am, because I don't have my documents. I didn't bring my documents right now. So it is in my car because I was coming over here because I also have to come in the afternoon also. So
Yes.
I'm sorry about it. This is misunderstanding right now.
Okay, so yes, talk about the Market Street property right now, okay?
Okay, okay, let's, my documents is in my car, but again, can you give me a couple of minutes so I can go in my car?
Well, can you just show them how to use the iPad there, y'all?
No, wait. I asked the question when I went through my spiel if we had all the evidence, and the answer was yes.
Okay,
The
so
evidence has been filed. You cannot put new evidence in after the hearing has begun. That's the law.
I don't have it right now because I was checked in inside. My wife is sick and my car is outside. So if you're thinking if you are that kind of strict on it, sir, I don't have nothing. I'm going to walk away, sir. Okay, I'm sorry, sir.
You do whatever you have to do. I'm simply following the law.
I said, I do not disrespect the law. I don't disrespect you folks, but my people.
Let him see the iPad. Wait, stop, Mr. Patel. I think you're misunderstanding. in front of you, is there an iPad or a Fire thing? Whatever that little iPad looking thing is in front of you on the table.
My glasses in my car, man.
Oh, your glasses.
Go get his things he needs from his car.
As long as there's no new evidence entered into the hearing.
Correct.
Yeah, he just needs his glasses to see.
That's fine.
Are you Malini?
Yes,
Who's Jayesh?
Jayas is my brother-in-law, which is his brother,
Oh, okay.
but he's in California.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
And
we're gonna,
our understanding was for different property
that's okay, they're just in a different order, but
that has
they're
my
both.
name in it.
Mhm.
So when he came here, they said that I have to be here.
Yeah.
And I am recovering from, I was COVID
Oh my God.
2 months ago, and then I got into pneumonia.
Mm.
So he brought me here, that they need you.
Well, if he has an appointment of agent filed, you didn't need to be here.
Oh my God.
Back to, because he needs one of those to speak anyway, so I'm not
But
sure.
that's fine.
But
I
that's
mean,
okay. This is your motel.
that
right?
they can drop me off, but I want to be with him because we've been going through so much in this past couple of months. I said, I'm gonna be with him.
Good,
And
okay.
we understood it was for the different property that he was just talking about.
Yeah.
About the land.
Mhm.
So we didn't know nothing about this one's gonna be, that we were talking
No,
about.
I understand, I understand.
I'm sorry
we'll
for the
get to that one.
confusion, sir.
Chairman, I believe that the taxpayer returned.
Don't worry, we don't need
Huh?
Don't worry, we don't need to.
I don't know, I'm just saying Charlie knows.
Charlie?
What?
I mean, I kind of feel. But I think there was confusion, but I mean, you're the chairman. It's totally up to you. I just need direction. I would think we might restart, but I don't know what you do. I don't know.
I think we should just restart because there's some confusion in the beginning there.
Exactly.
Be hard to figure out even where to pick up.
Right.
You can start him with 5 minutes.
And I'll just say this before, I don't know if this is gonna become an issue, but I'll just try to prevent one. If there is specific income related or information about this property that the property owner has in his hand physically that was not submitted to Val before and scanned into the account and therefore would constitute new written evidence, I am very amenable to just having the property owner testify whatever's on that information and just accepting it that way. So we don't have to ignore things that are real because they weren't submitted on paper. You can just say it and I'm okay with that.
All right.
Also, the other thing, Eamon, in here, I mean, they did submit a lot of evidence. And in here, I'm seeing like IRS return.
I think it's gonna be fine. I'm just
You
trying.
say we wouldn't put that up on the board because that's kind of really confidential. We can talk about it, just not too specific.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say, I don't want to hit any more hiccups. We can just, anything that needs to be,
Yeah.
we can talk about it verbally and we'll go with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I believe everybody's ready. So let us know where we're at.
All right, you're at the beginning of Mr. Patel has it 5 minutes. And it's account 51778.
Well, I'm going to tell him to go first because he got all the documents. So I'm going to leave it on that one. So,
Okay.
so please, he can go first.
All right, I will present. This is account 51778. It is a commercial property. It's a motel on Market Street called Siobhan Reef. And it's not last year's value. It was noticed at about $330,000 on a cost basis. This year, our motels are moved to income. The hotel has 18 rooms as listed because there's 18 doors. And the room rate given was for a motel, which is $25,185 per room per year. It was given a vacancy of 50%, which is normal market vacancy, and expenses of 55%, rendering the net operating income for the real property at $101,999. The capitalized value of that is just a hair over $1 million, $1,025,000. The equity grid shows other motels. The Seaview Motel, Village Inn, and Blue Wave were all treated the exact same way. Since this is the first year our motel model was built, every motel was treated exactly the same. There was only a distinction made between hotels and motels. So the equity is perfect, even though the results are inaccurate. The expenses have been shown in our initial model to be too low. 65% is a lot more accurate. And there's a settlement offer there on just the basis of that. However, since this evidence was put together, it's become very apparent that this type of motel demands a different rent class, and the room rent rate should also be lowered. And that concludes our evidence, but I'd like to take a second to ask, is the number of rooms right? There are 18 rooms here?
No, sir.
How many rooms are in
It
here?
should be 15 rooms. With the one is a storage of 14 rooms. The doors, yes, you are right.
Okay.
There was a door was before the hurricane was the same. Door after the hurricane was same. So the calculation, sir, you did it over here is because usually I'm the one only motel Shivam Reef. We are dealing with all the churches, and you can ask St. Vincent.
Well, hang on.
This is the district's time.
I just need to get
sorry.
information.
You asked
So
me the question.
you're at 14 rooms, right? One of there's actually 15, but one's just used for storage.
One for storage and two for the manager office because they're living occupied there. My parents live.
Okay, those are considered rentable rooms because it saves you money in the end to do that, but they still get counted.
No, sir, it is not rented.
You're choosing not to rent it, is what I'm
No,
saying.
no, sir. You see, not because whatever you like it, that's why you presenting it. If I have evidence against, IRS.
This is the district's time.
But are they motel rooms? Like, are they motel rooms? Like, do they have?
So I give the numbers. I give the numbers to you because you ask him the question on your time. So I will give the defense.
Okay.
I'm just
Just listen to this conceptually, okay? If I have a hotel with 10 rooms and I let 6 different people live there for free because they're my friends, I do not have a 4-room motel. It's still a 10-room motel. I'm choosing to let people live there for free. So what I'm trying to find out is not what you're doing with your life. I'm trying to find out what the building is like. Are those rooms motel rooms or are they not? The one that's for storage, that makes sense. You gotta put your stuff somewhere.
okay. What? Because the same thing question you asked me, I'm going to ask you. Did you go in my motel rooms and did you look at what it is? You count the doors outside, but you didn't count it. I have a proof that which is the IRS. I give the billing to IRS, to numbers over there. I give you under the oath, that's the numbers is correct. So you go accordingly. You don't talk about the
No.
hypothetical over here, sir, because the dormits is not rentable because we have a program. Whenever you want to go, that room is a one master key.
Okay, I'm assuming that you're at 14 rooms because
So,
I don't, go ahead.
so when we have a stuff to put it in for the hotel, where should we store it?
Well, and that's what I'm trying to find out. So we counted, there's 18 doors. Okay, that's there's less rooms than that. So there's 15 rooms, but I was told that one of them is used just for storage. It's full of, I'm guessing, linens and cleaning supplies and that kind of thing.
That goes with it, doesn't it?
That does not count as a rentable room, no. That one would not. So now we're down to 14 rooms.
Well, sir, let me interrupt you here, sir.
Don't let him finish. Let him finish.
I'm
Let
just
him finish.
how many rooms are motel rooms?
Let him finish it, all the questions, then I will prepare it. Because when I say something, the
I'm not asking about-
board doesn't like it.
I'm not asking about the IRS or anything. I'm just asking about the rooms. It's like it's a simple question. Is how many of them are motel rooms?
Well, let you finish. What are the question? If you tell me the question in my rebuttal time, I will tell you, sir.
I would love that.
Well,
Okay,
sir,
so now we're going into okay, so that was a very wise decision on your part. You're correct. So now we are going into you have 2 minutes and then you have 5 minutes for which you can present. So now we're into that time. So now he can ask you, like you said, that question.
okay, we got 14 rooms.
Okay.
The 2 rooms, we give the numbers, madam. We give the numbers because it's easy to open the doors. So we have 18 doors or 19 doors, madam, and we put the 19 rooms doors because the reality is, the other side, they're looking at quick calculation. There's so many mistakes on this one. One day they're saying the property location, one day they're saying the ratio of the motel, how much the rent. You cannot compare the Marriotts and the Shivam Reef, madam. The thing is right now, because I'm dealing with the St. Vincent de Paul, then the other church, there's a 3 church over this. So usually I deal with them, ma'am. It's like a $47 we charge. And the calculation over here, accordingly this, he's showing the 50%. That's his number is. The reality is a completely different. My ADR is $17. His ADR, he's calculating, I don't know what ADR he calculating is, but my numbers are the IRS numbers, which is, I submitted over there. He got the numbers. So which is the real number is, and this is hypothetical number he tried to give it to us here, and 1.25. I say, I love to this kind of a business. If you show me over there everything in the whole town, and the numbers are correct, he's genius, absolutely genius.
Yes, sir. And Eamon is trying to now put that's his general formula. And when people are smart like you and give him the actual information from your building, then Eamon takes that and it usually works out to your benefit. And that is exactly what he is trying to do right now, because he just got these numbers. So he's now trying to put them into the formula to give you your actual number, I promise. And so
Okay.
he's trying to help you with this.
It's
Okay.
protesters' time.
Mr. Patel, do you have anything else?
Well, I submitted all the evidence for the IRS and that. So according to that, my price shouldn't be 1 million something. It should be, if it's a 17% of the ADR, then the price should be 112,000. But I wouldn't go there. I just fair price. Whatever the price was, 329,000. The structure didn't change anything at all after the hurricane. It's the same structure. The before that structure was 11 rooms, but the doors, we just basically make a simple formula for us to put the doors and we put the locks. So one key works all the time. And that's what the whole thing is the structure didn't change after the hurricane. There was 11 rooms before that. So he come up with the doors calculation And I think that's completely wrong. And I submitted, sir, all the documents to the IRS, and that's accordingly 112,000. And I buy with that, and that's a ridiculous price. I'm telling you, that price supposed to be 329,000. I'm fair with that, sir.
Okay, he still has 3 minutes.
Yeah,
He has
that's what I'm saying. Thank you, madam. But what I'm saying right here is wrong is wrong and right is right. I'm asking the fair things, because if you go to the calculation with the 17% ADR, and that's regard, the price should be 112,000. And I believe that's a ridiculous calculation. And his part, he got to do the homework right. So my calculation is a $329,350. That's a fair value for the motel in 1960 built. Is not completely destroyed. Is they have no new plumbing. Is no electricity over there. What is we did is this roof. We fixed the roof, and that's about it after the hurricane. You can see the picture from the hurricane before and after. So my calculation is, madam, it is 329, 350. That's a perfect with according to the numbers. Not because when we calculate on his number, it's 112,000.
What is Mr. Patel saying is his opinion of value? Or did he not say?
You can ask him.
His old value is 329,000. Now I agree with that.
329, is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am. I bought it 215,000. And then the value is 329,000, and I don't dispute that. 329,000, the old value was, it is fine with me.
So you're basically saying last year's value?
The last year value was, we already fixed that, whatever is the damage. Yes, ma'am.
Eamon, are you recalculating any figures?
Not anymore. Just waiting for my time.
Okay, are you done, Mr. Patel, for this?
Last year, the total gross was $42,000 plus some change.
Okay, is he done?
Do you have anything else to say?
No, sir, not at all. I'm just going to be going with this number. And
Okay, in that case, Cindy?
Eamon, you've got 2 minutes for cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal.
Okay, I have one question, one statement. Question is, this is the thing where the data comes from the comptroller and other places, and it lists, unfortunately, every hotel and motel by business name. It doesn't always match up with the actual business name. I don't see Shivam Reef in here. Which one is it?
it is a Pelican Reef.
I'm not even seeing Pelican Reef in here.
Well, how does Bayview comes over there? That's under Krishna Corporation, KRSNA.
Okay, that's good to know. I mean, because you guys included your thing from the state that you're paying your hotel tax, so I don't know why you're not including these people's data set. I need to put that up.
Well, if you research it, you should be asking the question before.
They already changed.
No, they know that.
It's possible that they just missed it. It's okay. And the statement I would like to make is the method that we're using to value motels gives a value for this property, $345,000. And that's all.
345,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you offering that?
That is my opinion of value right now.
All right. So, Mr. Patel, Mr. and Mrs. Patel,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
will you accept do you think that 345,000 is that a value that you would accept for 2020?
Yes, ma'am. That's fine with me.
That it? Yes, you will?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. On account number 51778, based upon what we've heard from the district and from the property owner, taking into consideration the incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of an appraisal, I make a motion on account number 51778 that we lower the total property value to $345,000 $1,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now, we have an issue of where do we go next?
Just a moment, we'll be directed by Val. Val,
Okay,
next account.
so the next account number is, or case number is 715.
715.
All right? And this is the same person, right?
Same person, and Mr. Patel has an AOA, so both of them can participate.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
In that case, I'm opening a hearing on case ID 2020-715, account number 19599. Well, since it's the same protester, we'll skip down to ARB members who are considering the protest, have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. And I'm signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Mr. Dayton's, Ms. Hoffman's duck signatures via Zoom, and I am physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Aaron Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I,
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Mr.
I, Kamlesh Patel, I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Is Malini going to speak?
He's gonna speak on behalf of me.
She's just gonna listen.
Okay. In that case, Mr. Patel, do you go first or does Eamon go first?
Well, he can.
I don't have any evidence from Mr. Patel.
There was, I'm correct, there's no evidence submitted, no paper evidence.
All right.
So I'll open up. This is account 19599. It is a vacant land, residential vacant land in the kind of a little odd part of Fulton, not quite Fulton Outlots, not quite Fulton Town Site. It's between on the corner of Palmetto and 35, ninth sort of dead ends there. And then this is a vacant piece of land. The highest and best use is a residential house. Build a house in it. What should be done with it. This area was, the land tables got worked this year as a result of sales activity.
Just mail.
This account was not the only one that was changed. All the land in this part of Fulton, even north of 3036, all got changed as a result of people buying stuff. If you look at the comps, the first one is on San Antonio Street. And it's old, let's look at it. It's 7,000 square feet and the subject is 7,300 square feet. So they're similar in size. The one on San Antonio was purchased for $90,000. There is a $20,000 worth of trailer pad on it. And it's a little bit different than the subject as far as how it's situated, but it indicates that the subject is worth $28,000. So last year, the thing was noticed, it was certified at 17. So we had at that time 17,000 on a thing that other sales are showing this should be 28. So then the next one's on DeHouses Street, and it's also a sale of its land with a detached garage on it. When you take that detached garage off, it indicates the subject is worth $32,320. It's slightly different size as well, different situation. This is really the best comp. I mean, this one is right next to it. If we go back up to the picto real quick, Can you orient us north up?
Ninth.
All right. The little building in the top left is on a piece of land that was purchased to build that building on there, and it's super speculative whether or not what's going to even happen to it or what it's going to be used for. It could have been a house. It's yet to be shown if that's a great place for commercial stuff or not. There's residential stuff mixed in, very mixed use. But that piece of land was bought with no building on it for 48. So that thing.
Wait, which one? Which one? And I'm sorry, Ammon.
The one in the upper left, 19600. That was a hunk of land. It sold for 48. So
Is that a road in front of it?
it is. That's Palmetto. That's that little dogleg road that connects 30, 36, and 35 in Fulton there.
Ah, okay.
It's sort of behind that gas station, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the whole area of this part of Fulton. Land values are just, land and location values are just skyrocketing. I wish that I could find a lot that size for 17,000 in Fulton, but I can't. So the indicated value based on the sales is 32,320. It was noticed at 32,390. That's less than the 48 that the nearest comp sold for because it's at the dead end of a road and it's smaller and that kind of thing. So it's a little different. And the equity grid just shows other properties that are there on 9th Street. They're all on the same land table. So they're the same price per square foot. So it's 32,390. And the sales ratio report, if we go to the bottom, this is a percentage of our number versus what things are actually worth, what they're actually selling for. And in Fulton, we're at 96 weighted and 93 average. So what that's telling you is that the lower valued stuff in Fulton is appreciating faster than we're keeping up with it. So that's why the land table was changed this year. That is all of our evidence.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Patel, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine and then 5 to present. So you've got 7 minutes.
Okay, madam, thank you very much. Let me ask you the first question, sir. If you move that chart, the house you show me over there, you repeatedly told me this is in the Fulton, correct, sir? 904 Palmetto Avenue is in Fulton, correct, sir?
904 Palm.
Right, you said,
I don't know if it's in Fulton Township.
What I'm saying, sir, I think you told 5 times. Your study is wrong completely. That this is, you are talking apple and oranges. You know why is that? Because you're telling this one in the Fulton, this piece of land is in Rockport. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to do is a way on the corner. It is a kind of, I can say this is a slum area right there. If you latestly goes over there and you check that land over there, right there there's a lot of piles of a destroyed wood over there in that land. So whatever your presentation is a nice house, somebody built it, and you showing that property is 32,000 value. It is completely wrong, sir. This is in a Rockport because you're telling the appraisal district 5 times. You said this is Fulton. This is not a Fulton. This is a Rockport, which is the corner. Way corner on the end of the corner of the Rockport. So the property located is in not Fulton, sir. And I think that ground, you should stick with the $15,000 because you don't have a new evidence on that one. You show me the evidence and I can rebuttal on that one. You show me the latest picture. Why do you appraise the value? It is a piece of junk over there for $15,000. Because you are doing the wrong presentation to the board. You're showing a nice brand new house over there because I have a property close to there. And this is, we read about it on the 3 days ago. And I think mostly the members of the jury was, the board was there. So this is a mispresentation, my friend. I'm sorry, but this is the reality. Why did I bought the land? Let me tell you why. My wife bought the land because we have a frontage of the property. And in the future, when she wants to sell it to the corporation, we can join that one. In the future, we're getting a benefit. But this has never happened.
Mr. Patel, what never happened?
Well, sir, I have a property front of the 35, and this property is on the backside. So what we tried to do is, sir, because I'm a businessman, I was trying to build the motel there. This is about 5 years ago, sir, 4 to 5 years ago. But the situation changed every day. Natural disaster happened, something happened, and we could not do that, sir. So what I'm saying is that property, because if you want to do the land, and in the future, if you want to build a building like a motels or something, we need about at least a 1 acre land over there on 35. And the land, the previously land I had, sir, it is a 0.89. So if it's a required from the motel or franchise or something, they need 1 acre land, which is sitting over there for 4 years, sir. And again, it's a natural disaster and the financial difficulty. And this is happened. This is a part of the ball game in the business, sir. And you folks knows that the business is something different than everybody do the business. And again, it's my luck. And I'm not trying to say nothing against the gentleman, but he tried to be his nice presentation, no doubt at all. But he's showing on one side is a platinum and one side is a copper. And that's the copper and the platinum is a two different story. And that's what I'm asking, because he doesn't have a latest pictures of that property. If he goes over there, which is I don't have it either, sorry for that. But again, I'm telling you, that presentation, extraordinary people listen, but that's wrong.
May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have electrical hookups, electric, water, and sewer for two different, I don't know, mobile or RVs or whatever? I don't know what you call them, RVs?
No, ma'am. I don't have a hookups there. No.
There are no hookups.
There's no hookups there. On that property particularly, there's no hookups at all. No, ma'am.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Patel, other than your opinion, why do you say that lot is not in Fulton? What evidence do you have?
Well, I have a strong evidence because I bought the property. When I bought the property, it was showing the physical address was a Rockport.
The physical address is, but it's noted as being on the records as Fulton Oaks Edition.
Yeah, I took the time to look at it on Google Maps. Not that that's the definitive source, but clearly Google Maps shows it in Fulton. So I believe that the property owner is incorrect.
I don't think so, sir. I don't think so.
I don't think.
I don't think so. I'm 100% sure it is in Rockport.
Generality. I think it was just it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter either way. It wouldn't matter. Both, if it was in Rockport or Fulton, it's still where it is and it would still have value, period. I mean.
I agree with you, Cindy. You
I don't
are
want to
exactly
waste
right.
Right. I don't want to waste any more time on that issue because that really doesn't affect getting a better answer on the value. So we need to not talk about that anymore.
Well, that's fine. I'm just asking you, do you see the trailer over there, sir? I'm asking you, sir, did you see the trailer over there? There's two trailers over there right next to that. If you compare some trailers and the house is compared to the, sir, you tell me that, sir.
No.
Because the average it comes out.
No.
So where are you putting the $32,000?
Cindy, if you would, please keep strict control of the time.
Yeah, we've got 50 seconds.
The land. It's the land.
Okay.
Just land. There's no improvements on this account.
All righty. So, Mr. Patel, are you done right now?
Well, I'm done, ma'am, but I got to, because this is going to be arbitration, and I'm not.
No, stop. I meant with your time right now, okay? So now, okay, here goes the timer, all right? So now it is the district's turn to rebut. And then, there you go.
I will say that in this hearing, in my presentation time, I just want to make it clear to the property owner, to the board, to everybody else, that I am addressing the appraisal review board. That's who I'm presenting evidence to. I'm talking to the ARB for Aransas County. So when I'm explaining where a property is, the whole point is to give the board members an understanding of where we are physically. It is unfortunate that despite the fact that I feel like I was being very clear, the property owner, in listening to me presenting my case to the board, severely misunderstood everything that was presented. That being said, I am still of the opinion that the board understood what I was saying. This is just a piece of land. The land value in Fulton is going up. If he were to sell this, he wouldn't sell it for $17,000. People are buying these pieces of land right over here for more than that. $30,000, we have 32 on it. 32 is, that's what somebody would pay, and they'd stick a house on it and they'd live there. That's it. Land is not super detailed stuff. You just compare it to stuff that's sold and find out where it is and measure how big it is, and that's it. You know, I wish land values in Fulton weren't doing what they're doing, but they are. But that's all.
Okay, so now the protester, you get 1 minute for your closing.
Well, my closing is, ma'am, I think the 32,000 is very high. That's my protest is 32,000 is very high, because way, according to the picture it is, way he's showing that pictures, you know, he can go right next to the La Quinta, and he can go Marriott, closer by then. He can rebuttal that, and he can jack up the price to the 60,000. With the Marriott is very closer than this location he's showing. So why don't 32,000? He can do the 60,000 if he want to. But again, the sitting is over there. It is a very bad situation over there. It is a trailer park over. There's a couple of trailers over there. It is a very nasty place. It is my place, but reality is that that's true. So again, if he's thinking that, I cannot stop it. And again, you the jury, you know. I mean, so you decided what is the black and white. So, you know, that's true. So,
All right.
yes.
So now it is the district's turn for their closing for 1 minute.
In closing, I just want to address the fact that I cannot make this $60,000 just because I want to. That would be a violation of use tax standards, and I would lose my license. I could actually go to jail for that. That's all.
Okay, so now the appraisal review board gets 5 minutes to discuss, ask questions, do what we want, and come up with our answer.
The median value for this was 32,320. I suggest that's the right value.
Got it?
I would agree.
I agree.
That's Brent.
Okay, all right, so on account number 19599, based upon what we heard from the property owner and from the appraisal district, and taking into consideration the incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion on account 19599 that we lower the total valuation on the property to $32,320.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Hearing is closed.
I will see y'all out.
What is the case number for the next one?
It is case number 1482.
All right,
Mr. Legner.
1482 next. And
Is Mr. Legner still on the line?
is.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all back here at 1:30 at this.
Yeah, but he's
Did Eamon leave us?
No, I'm just farewell to the property owner.
Oh, they're coming back at 1:30?
He is. She is not, I don't think. I think that was the reason why they were done in this order, was so she could go home.
Got it.
He's right there at the end.
You can admit Steve whenever you want, Scott, and just let me know.
Just the same team they're playing.
They're fine.
This is the same team.
Yeah.
So this is game 5.
Huh?
This is game 5.
It's game 5. Tell me when he's hooked up.
Legner?
Hello?
Mr. Legner.
Yes, I'm here.
This
Yes.
is Charlie Powers.
Hi, thank you. Nice to meet you.
I have a little administrivia to go through. If you just follow along with me,
Okay.
I have some questions along
You
the
bet.
way. Opening a
You
hearing on case ID 2020-1482, account number 20464. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. On the panel are myself, Charles Powers, Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and Cindy Duck. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at appraisal district office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary. We do appreciate it if you take it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 41.45H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Do we have all of your evidence?
Yeah, you've got everything I need, and then you guys sent me supporting evidence that you have.
Very good. The ARB members who are considering your protest have not communicated with anybody about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I've not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. And I am signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F. I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
My name's Val Smith. I'm a notary public, and I am witnessing Mr. Dayton, Mr. Powers, Ms. Hoffman, and Ms. Duck's signatures via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I am assuming that, Mr. Legner, you're under oath as you signed the affidavit.
That's correct.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Do you have a Texas appraiser's license?
No.
Okay. Do you have in front of you, or can you put your hands on the document that was part of the package that was sent to you? It says hearing procedure times.
Yes, I have it in front of me.
Excellent. Then you can see that there's two major columns. You get to choose whether you go first or the district goes first.
I'll go first.
Okay. You have 5 minutes to state your case.
Okay. I purchased the property. I chose that particular lot several years ago for the purpose of it did not have a deeded boat slip at the time. It was priced somewhere between $20,000 to $35,000 less than the lots in Harbor Oaks because it did not have a boat slip. That's what I was told, and I still to this day believe that's consistent. Are you, as far as making reference, would you like me to reference as opposed to the address, the actual, I believe it's a tax ID number that's assigned to the lot? Is that correct?
The address is fine.
Well, I figured you were going to use the other one, so I have the other numbers in front of me.
Okay.
Because I'm on your guys', well, I'm on the tax page. I want to talk about, first of all, the properties that are in Harbor Oaks that surround my property. I want to talk about the ones that have sold, and there's one that is pending. Okay? So the first one that has sold is going to be 20455. It had a listing price of $121,960. It sold for $125,000. It has a deeded boat slip. Okay. The next one that is pending is 20449. It has a list price of $95,000. You guys have it appraised at $88,550. It has a deeded boat slip. Okay. Those are both roughly 12,000 square feet of ground. Now I want to talk about the lot next to me, which is 20463. You guys have it assessed at $64,700. Yet the lot behind it that just sold, or has sold in the last year, sold for $125,000. Okay, the lot next to me, 20463, has a deeded boat slip. On Encina, on that side of the road, there are only two lots from, if you have the map in front of you, from 20458 all the way down to 20473. Two lots have no boat slip deeded. And that would be 8817882. And the other one would be mine. Where did it go there? 20464. That's the only ones on the whole block. Okay, so I've given you two examples. One that's been sold, and it has a deeded boat slip, and it's 12,000 square feet. I've given you the other lot I want to make reference to that is other than 20463 is 20470. It is exactly 12,000 square feet. The tax assessment is identical to 20463 at 64.7. They're identical. So my question would be, there's a flaw here. Those are all things being equal. Why haven't those two been appraised, had their tax assessment raised based on they're identical to the only thing that's sold in that neighborhood, literally within 2 blocks? Because 20455 has sold for 125. Yet both of those lots are still assessed at 64.7. They're identical. They're identical in square footage. They're not on a canal. You have to walk to your deeded boat slip. Okay. Now, there's only, as I said, 2 lots on that street that I identified that don't have boat slips. There's only one other lot that I can find that's been listed that does not have a deeded boat slip. And that is going to be 20423. And while it's a small lot, it's half the square footage of mine. It's been on the market for over 300 days at 54.3. And you guys have it, or the assessment on it is 46,080.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, sir, you ran out of your time at this point. So now
Okay.
we're going to, it's the district's term to speak, and they're going to cross-examine for 2 minutes, and then they get 5 minutes to present also. Okay, Eamon?
You bet.
I'll go straight into my presentation. So this is account 20464. It's a vacant residential lot in Harbor Oaks. It's on Encina Drive. Last year it was noticed at 45,310. It was a flat value from the previous year. The subject was noticed this year at 75,300. It is just a vacant lot. There's a note in the account that this does not have a boat slip. The comps that we used were on Crescent Court, Encina Circle, and Encina Drive. The one on Encina Drive has a house on it, so you got to take the house off. And the comps on Crescent and Encina indicate 75 and 79 for the subject, and the house sale of 74. They're all showing this lot should be about 75 if it's sold like the others. That is including an adjustment made for the lack of a boat slip. I'll get to that again in just a second.
Sure.
Equity grid shows 75,310, which is what the subject was noticed at. It's on the same land table as the rest of them. It's no longer flat valued.
Oh, boy.
It is, and then the sales ratio report is for Harbor Oaks. Shows we are at, because other sales were mentioned, we're at 99% in Harbor Oaks for this year. We're pretty close to market value in Harbor Oaks, keeping up with that area and its market activity. Other properties in Harbor Oaks have a separate line item in the land section that's called boat slip. And it is different than the land value. It's just a chunk of money. And this is how much the boat slip is contributing to the property. What we really need to get a perfect understanding of that is for properties with a boat slip and properties without a boat slip to be sold in triplicate in the same time period. And then we could abstract out exactly what that boat slip is worth to the whole market. That being said, it hasn't happened. The data sample size is so tiny. There's, like you said, there's only 2 that don't have it. It's a little odd that they don't. It seems like an oversight or some sort of, I don't know why they don't have them. But what we're really looking at is, what is the value of this boat slip? The 75,310 indicated by the comps on the sales basis, or I'm sorry, it wasn't, I'm looking at the wrong grid. The sales indicated value of the subject is 75,409. Those adjustments are made under the assumption that the value of the boat slip is $3,500.
$3,500?
$3,500. Now, part of it is it's a bit of a question of contributory value, right? It's like a swimming pool. Swimming pool might cost you $11,000 to build, but it doesn't necessarily add $11,000 in value, because for every person who wants the swimming pool, there's somebody who intentionally does not want a swimming pool. Is there somebody who says, well, I don't care if it has a boat slip, I just wanted a house in Harbor Oaks, I'm never going to use the boat slip? That has an effect on the market value of the boat slip. But really, the sales comps are showing we're really good on our price per square foot in Harbor Oaks. The odd thing about this one is the lack of a boat slip. So the question that we are thinking about is, what is the boat slip on the other properties worth? How much do you think it's contributing? And it is a completely subjective thing, because we do not have the data to objectively say this is definitely what its market value is. So what is the value of the boat slip? The property owner has sort of asserted that the value is, in a sideways manner, is basically $24,000. Because if it sold like the subject with $3,500, it's 75, and if he said I expect to sell it for 55, then that is necessarily saying it's $24,500 worth of boat slip.
Yeah.
Is $24,500 correct for the boat slip? And the answer is, I don't know. So that's where
I'm sorry, your answer was what, Eamon?
My answer was, I don't know. So that's where we're at. That's the decision to be made.
Okay. All right. So now, sir, Steve,
Yes, I'm here. And
Okay. So,
would you like me to respond to that?
yeah, okay. So now you get 2 minutes to cross-exam and 2 minutes for rebuttal.
Okay, well, first of all, that's why I presented some evidence outside of Harbor Oaks to eliminate the boat slip, because so we used the country club, and those are in there. I won't go through theirs with my 2 minutes. So what I would like to know is, given that there is an actual sale in the last 12 months of 20455, it's sold for $125,000. Okay. It's 12, I think it was exact. I think it's right in that. No, actually, I think it's under 12,000 square feet. I think it was about 11. Okay. Same setup. Deeded boat slip. You got to walk down to it. How do you explain the difference between 20455 and 20470 and 20463, which you have those at $64,7, both of them, and they're more square footage than an actual one that sold for $125,000. And I'm just telling you that my expert, which is Sandy Swanson, who is a professional 25-year realtor, says I won't do that. She would list that property, it's in my evidence, for $55,000. She said that my lot is in competition with lots in the country clubs, that those are true comps because they don't have boat slips. And she said, realistically, the country club, some of those lots that's in my evidence are fairway lots, and they're selling for under $60,000. And my rebuttal here is, I'll be shocked if I get $50,000 for it. And that's her opinion. And I think you guys got this off, because I don't think you're assessing the value of being on the water in Rockport, Texas, and having a boat slip. I just don't. And there's a flaw, because you got two assessments at 64.7, yet you got evidence of one that just sold for 125, and you got another one pending that was listed for 95, and I guarantee you they're within 10% of their listing price right now.
That's right.
And you got that one assessed at 88,550, 204,449. So there's a flaw, and some people are getting great deals. Two of them are 20470 and 20463. Because you got them not even close to the comp. And the best comp is 20455. It sold for $125,000. It is almost the identical square footage. You guys are $60,000 off. So yes, I believe you don't have a grip on the value of a boat slip. And I wish I had the data back when I purchased it, because it was clear cut. Lots with boat slips had a $20,000 to $30,000 value. So that's my rebuttal on that.
Okay. All right. So now the district gets 2 minutes for rebuttal.
Okay. First of all, I just want to point out that this protest is for property ID number 20464, and that the market value and equity can be discussed for this property, but the other properties not owned by the subject property owner are not under protest. As far as comparing sales, the one that sold for, it was intimated that it was sold for 125. We have 121 on it. So.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I had it reversed. It was listed for 125 and it sold for 121.
Okay.
I think I have the sheet here, but we're not, hey, we're splitting hairs over that. So
Let him finish. Let Eamon finish, sir. Okay.
go ahead. Yes.
So we're right on top of that. We're doing a fine job with values for land in Harbor Oaks. The question is, how much of that value have we apportioned to the land that should have been apportioned to the boat slip? So the overall value might be fine at 121. It's exactly what it sold for. Great, we're doing awesome. But how did it get there is a question of what's the boat slip worth? Again, is the boat slip contributing on the subject property $24,500, rendering it a market value of $55,000 for the subject? I don't know. I can't say, I have no evidence that it is or it isn't, because we don't have any evidence. It's a purely opinion-based thing. I will testify that I believe personally that boat slip is worth well more than $3,500 in value. That's just what I think. But I'm just one opinion. So
Okay. All right. And also, y'all, can you highlight his property now? The 20464. Can you make it be the highlighted property now?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
That's
okay.
it.
So, oh gosh, stupid thing. So now it is Mr. Steve, you get 1 minute for your closing.
Okay, absolutely. He said that you're 99% on in Harbor Oaks based on that sale, okay, of 121,960, okay? Again, I'm going to make reference how far off they are, because within 2-block area, 2 identical lots with more square footage, 20470, 20463, are both only, they're at 64,700. There's 2 lots. They're identical. Yet you have their appraised value $60,000 less than one that sold, which is the best evidence of the market. And I agree with him. They had that one dead on. They've got 2 that are not dead on. Oh, so we're off. That's all I get. That's
okay.
My point.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So now, Eamon, you get 1 minute.
I know I'm not the thing, but Eamon has left the room.
Oh, is he okay?
I think he's in the restroom.
Huh?
I believe he's in the restroom.
Is he okay?
Oh, you have to go to the restroom. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Is there a question?
I hope I didn't upset him.
While we're waiting, Mr. Legner, could you help me with something here?
I have no closing.
Sure, absolutely.
Is Eamon back?
Yeah, I thought that was my closing. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead and do your closing.
I don't have any other closing.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Legner, the lot that sold for 121, that had a boat slip with it.
Correct.
Okay. Yours doesn't have a boat slip, and yours is currently appraised at 75,310.
That's correct.
Doesn't that to some extent establish the value of a boat slip that you don't have?
Well, no, it does not.
Really?
You don't have any comps in there that have sold that don't have boat slips. In other words, I believe that lot brought a premium price. I don't believe that again, my real estate agent says 55 is what she listed at. I believe that's what it would sell for. The only other lot that's been for sale that doesn't have a boat slip has been on the market for over 300 days, and I believe that's the second time it's been listed.
Okay.
I see what you're saying, the difference between the 121 and the 75. But I'm telling you, the gap is bigger than that. It's just bigger than that. But then again, yeah, I'm telling you. Well, but it's also $60,000 difference between 2 identical lots to the one that sold for 121, the 2 I pointed out.
Well,
they have assessed those 2.
I can't deal with that. I can only deal with the comps that are relevant to your situation.
Well, I'm pointing out because he said that, but
consistent with the 121 with a slip or without a slip.
Okay.
I don't really know about that, but
Can I-
go on, Eamon.
Oh, is it the ARB time yet? Aren't we into our
Yes,
time?
it's supposed to,
Yes.
yeah, but Eamon, what is it you want to say?
Okay, there are other substantive differences between the lot that sold for 121 and the subject beyond the boat slip. There's
That's what I figured.
there's square footage, there's other things.
Okay.
The
Thank you for clarifying it, Eamon.
And the 3,500 we have for the boat slip is too low.
Yes.
In my opinion. The 46,000 indicated by the delta between the sale of a different property and the market value of this property is too high. There's other adjustments that are made. It's the boat slip is worth something less than 46,000, something more than 3,500. That's what I would want to say.
All right, Eamon. Okay. Now, and
I have a
19
question.
Okay.
Is it our time now?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I want to say something. I happen to agree with the protester. His lot being not having a boat slip is, to me,
Huge.
more comparable to properties in the country club that he did compare it to. And he happens to be correct that an off fairway lot in the country club without a boat slip, not on the fairway, would be around $55,000. And I am more inclined to go with the realtor's opinion of value on that property, and am in agreement with it.
Yes, and the numbers play out, because if you take the 75, you put him back with, because he marked Q1 and Q2. So to make it equitable, put it at the 64,000, but then also, without the dock, I mean, that's at least, or without water access, are you kidding? That's worth at least 10,000. So 55 is absolutely an easy number to get to.
Okay, that's my recommendation.
What do you think, Robert?
Well, I'd like to see, do we have a lot, not necessarily for sale, in Harbor Oaks that's equivalent square footage and does not have a boat slip, just to see what that.
Yeah, there's only two.
There's only two in the whole
It's
Harbor
all of it.
Oaks.
That's what he was saying. And that's why I'm saying the 55,000, I'm good with it.
What's the other one in Harbor Oaks valued at or appraised at that does not have the boat slip?
I don't remember which account that is.
I don't even.
Well, there's one that's listed right now, and it's appraised at $46,000, and it's listed for 54.3. It's been on the market for 300 days. It's right around the corner.
What
Does not that one does not have a boat slip? Is that correct?
Does not have a boat slip. Does not.
So that's very comparable to your property.
And it's listed.
It's just mine has. It's listed for 54.3. Okay, it's assessed at 46,000. It's been on the market for over 300 days, and I'm almost certain that's the second time it's been listed. So it's in excess of a year. And my lot has more square footage. Granted, my lot has no trees. It has 2 trees on the whole thing.
Okay,
My understanding for all my years of
Sir, it's our
This is
time,
the
but
time.
I want
I'm
to
sorry.
make it.
And you gave us what we wanted, so thank you. Okay.
Sure.
So actually, I'd even be in between. I might even go a little bit lower.
No, I don't think so. I
55 is a good number.
I think 55 is as low as I would want to go on that, and I think that's a very fair price, considering it's, as I said earlier, it's much more comparable to lots in the country club
Yes.
than it is in the Harbor Oaks.
Yes. Okay. So based upon on account number 20464, based upon what we have heard from the appraisal district and from the property owner, taking into consideration the incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion on account number 20464 that we lower the total value 2020 to 55,000.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
Okay,
so
we're
sir, you'll get something in the mail, probably in the next in 2 to so weeks, restating that value. Also, it'll tell you how to take a survey about your interaction with the appraisal review board. And we would appreciate if you would take the time to fill one out and submit it back.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's, you know, right where I think it should be. I really don't think I'll quite get 55, but I'm good with that. But may I just add what for the tax assessor portion of it, that they please look at lots 20470 and 20463, which is right next to me, that is appraised at its tax assessment. Both of those is 64,700. They have 12,000 square feet.
Sir,
And
we're not supposed to be talking about other
I know.
properties, so we
It does affect my value. So
we need to stop. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You bet.
Goodbye.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Okay. Is Val there?
I am. We have one more in person.
Okay.
It's After D Investments, and I'm not sure of the gentleman's name. I'm going to be I'll go get him and bring him in.
What
is the account? What is the account number?
Number 972.
Oh, okay. Yeah, top of page 6.
Thank you. No, 972, the top of page 5.
Okay. That's a 5, not a 6.
Is that right?
It's close.
Charlie, when you're trying to give me diamonds, and you go, I'll give you 6, or I'll give you 5. I'm going to go, oh no, 6, because you know, what's the difference? Just go ahead and make it a little bit more.
It doesn't matter.
At that point, it doesn't. You're right. Oh, Lord.
I may have to take a break in the middle of this, but I'm having my HEB food delivery between 12 and 1, and all I'm going to do is get it in the house. So I may take a couple minute break from it during the middle of this.
I don't want you to starve, Kathy.
No, believe me, I'm not going to. Listen, they probably need a truck to deliver this order that I made. I don't know what I was thinking, but a lot of stuff.
Oh, goodness. Is this the last one, Charlie?
What's that?
Is this the last one? Before
Yes.
Yeah, before lunch, yeah.
Does Mr. Patel have the entire afternoon?
Close.
That way.
There are a couple of outliers, but it's close to all of it.
Yeah, I think that they're all people whose last name is Patel. They're not necessarily,
Oh, just different Patels, but they're all related probably.
Yeah, and hopefully as time goes by, since I have more of a commercial focus now, I'll be able to know, you know, their LLCs and which one. That way we can get people on one day. We're trying to, but to know who's who, you know.
But Val sent us an affidavit that included a list of those that theoretically belong to the same Patel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's representing them. Yes. Yeah.
Can I make a comment here, Charlie?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about any protester in particular, but when we have what can politely be described as a combative protester, I really think that we need to just keep strict time on him. Let that sort of person rant and rave about their opinions, but keep strict time on them and just the timing just strict.
Yeah, I agree. You agree, Cindy?
Yeah,
I agree.
I think that's what we did. It was just Eamon was trying to get him, but
Don't engage a person like that. Just keep quiet. Don't let them sidetrack us.
I have a problem too, and I don't know how much I can contribute. I have a very, very difficult time understanding him with my hearing aids and the computer and everything else. So I don't know how
mask. He also has a
effective.
mask. It was
I don't know
very
how
hard.
effective I'm gonna be.
It was hard.
Well, there's a solution to that.
We have a taxpayer.
You can wire the computer into your ear.
No, I don't think I want to do that.
Oh, come on.
Probably blow my head up.
Be a sport.
I have Mr. DeCaro here.
Mr.
DeCaro.
DeCaro?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, we're ready.
All right. Opening a hearing on case ID 2020-972.
Okay.
Account 28058. Is that right, or is that 26058?
26058.
26058. See, Kathy has trouble hearing. I have trouble seeing.
Well, we're quite a pair, aren't we?
Mr. DeCaro, I've got some administrivia we need to go through before we get started. Just follow along with me. I'll have some questions along the way.
Yes, sir.
This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. On the panel are myself, Charles Powers, Kathy Hoffman, Robert Dayton, and Cindy Duck. We do not work for the Appraisal District. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. The survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with tax code section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Mr. DeCaro, do we have all of your evidence?
Yes, sir.
Very good, thank you. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 4166F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I've not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F, signing to that effect, and I'm located in Texas.
My name's Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I'm assisting Mr. Powers, Ms. Hoffman.
Do you want to respond to that really quickly?
I'm just,
If you want to vote by mail absentee, you can download your application today. You will get your
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
Hey, Charlie?
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear the Appraisal Review Board, the Aransas County Appraisal.
email slowing down. We have.
Charlie, I'm having a hard time hearing. I'm getting feedback from like a TV or something.
Yeah, I am too. Kathy, do you have a TV going on?
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll take
Sorry.
it. No, we'll get it. No
Okay, okay, it's off. My husband was watching the game.
Okay.
I can read it and you can repeat behind me. So I'm going to read for Mr. DeCaro. He's going to repeat after me. It's I,
Brian DeCaro, solemnly swear
or affirm
that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Nice, perfect.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Do you wish to speak first? Or do you have on the table in front of you, glued down there is a procedure times? Do you have that?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to go first, or would you like the district to speak first?
Well, I'd be more than happy to, sir.
Okay.
Fine with y'all.
You have 5 minutes.
Okay. I wrote the reasons on there that I believe that the taxes are too high on it. I guess the number one thing first is that the taxes values went up right at 50% in 1 year. I have property in here that has concrete driveways that the properties is less than my appraisal. I do not have concrete on my driveways. I've also provided my P&Ls to show you that if the tax increases, if the tax goes up to 330,000, it leaves me at the from January to July the 20th of this year. If the taxes go up, as so far what I did for this next year, if the taxes are up, I'm in the hole $1,042.27 off my P&Ls. And I have every deposit that has come through my account. That's one issue there. The write-offs that I have due to the drug neighborhood, that is another big issue. We're broke in constantly. We are broke in. We call the police department. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't come. We try to make a report on everything. It's just that we have a bad problem here with theft and the people trying to live in units. We put locks on every unit just to keep the people out of them. And that's with the fence and an electric gate on it. That's really what I have to say. We do have the other comparable that I did submit. The property's bigger, and their taxes are quite a bit cheaper. Y'all went up $163,510 dollars this coming year.
Okay, you still have some time left, right, Cindy?
Yes, he's got 2 minutes, but if he's done, that's okay too.
Yeah, I mean, my taxes are gonna go up, I mean, they're gonna go up $3,194.25 above and beyond what it is now. And it makes my P&Ls not work on the deal. I guess I'll have to shut my business down.
Now, Charlie?
Yes.
Did he say, has he given Eamon his actual numbers to work with?
No.
Oh, he did not?
Yes, I've given that. You're talking about my actual numbers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I have a P&L, and I also have a breakdown of every deposit I've had since my P&L started. So you have all my deposits. You have one from year to date, and then you have one for this month. And then you have my deposits. I use a program called eMove, and they do all the electronic payments for me. So I have showed you every payment that I've had, what I collect every month.
Eamon's numbers are derivable, I believe, from what he gave, but they're not exactly it.
Okay, cool. All right. All right, sir, you have 1 minute. Are you pretty much done for this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, Eamon, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine and 5 minutes to present.
Okay. Okay, I'll just start. I don't know what order to do this in. On your P&L, there is a line item that says lease.
Correct.
What is the lease?
That's the exact payment to the bank.
For what are you leasing? I mean,
for the building. One company owns a building and we lease it through another company.
Got it. Okay.
But it's all within in-house. So the lease is the exact amount of the payment that we pay to the bank.
Okay. And so it's basically a mortgage.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. All right. And let's see here. And make a note of that. Give me just a second. I need to make a note of that.
Yes, sir.
We're good.
And Oh, you said that it's broken into constantly. What do you, I need something a little bit more tangible than constantly. What do you, tell me about that. What is it actually?
I would say the average 6 to 8 times a year.
Okay, and what's
They'll-
the extent of the damage caused when this happens?
They'll come in, they got now where they don't cut locks anymore, they take a crowbar and they'll stick it inside the door and pull the door out of the jamb, and now you're in a process of buying a new $400 door.
Yeah.
With your customer upset leaving.
Sure, and then maybe they lose stuff.
And
Yes.
their contents are gone, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're just, these guys are just getting smarter and smarter, and I guess there's no penalty to it when they get caught.
Oh, really?
Well,
So nothing's
I mean, I don't know,
falling
there's people that I have run out of there three or four times, the same person.
Okay, that's rough. That's rough. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you some specific questions real quick. What is your rent?
I'm sorry?
What's the rent on these units? They're all the same size, right?
Yeah, no, there's different.
Oh, yeah, there's
sizes
a
in
couple of
there.
narrow ones, right?
Yeah, there's some narrower ones. We're averaging per square foot from 69 to 70 cents a square foot.
Okay, so let's just go with, okay. I just have to annualize it. Okay, and how much occupied do you normally have at any given time?
We run anywhere from about 80 to 82.
Okay.
And that would be based on percentage.
And your expenses. I'm actually going to do that here right now. Okay, I will present our evidence because I have to. I'll just go into our presentation real quick. So this is account 26058. It is a self-storage facility on the corner of Market Street and the 35 bypass, across from what was and I guess will be a gas station. It's Lazy Lane. I think that this is called affordable mini storage.
That's correct. Yes,
affordable mini storage, yeah. And the it's a self-storage facility. It was pretty severely damaged in the storm, and then basically it's put back into working order in the time since. The gross building area given is 6,615 square feet. And that's actually something else. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Really quick, how many, do you know off the top of your head, how many of each unit and what size they are?
No, sir.
Crap, okay. Well, let's go up to the picture, let's figure it out. Because one of the things is you have brick walls, right?
No, it's all metal now. After the
it used to be brick walls, now it's
tore
not.
it down.
Got it.
You know, after the hurricane tore it down, I came in and rebuilt.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I'm in my head, this is still a brick building. I grew up right there. But the, okay, so it's 6,615 square feet of net rentable area. The market rent rate is $9.25 per foot per year. The normalized vacancy is 15%. The expenses allowed are 45%, rendering a net operating income of $28,606 for the real property, capitalized value of $320,000, and there is an excess land value on this account of $13,000. It's not very much, but it's excess land value. So that's where the 332 came from. And if you look at the equity grid, there's other self-storages. There's KST, Safeguard, and Access, and they were all valued the same way. Same lease rate, same vacancy, same expenses, same cap rate. And their values are pretty different because they're just different sizes and different taxing units. Okay, so some changes that definitely could be made here are the excess land value just needs to be gone. This does not have excess land. I'm not even sure how it qualified for one, honestly. It doesn't, there's no excess land. And based on the unique characteristics of this property, I think that the rent and the vacancy that they are experiencing are a result of their market conditions, and that it's not it's not mismanagement, you know, that it's no matter who ran it, they'd probably be experiencing the same thing. It doesn't seem like he's doing a bad job. So,
right.
you know, a negative adjustment to their rent and an increase to their vacancy is pretty warranted. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff to there's a lot of moving parts to change. Let me see here, 169. How are we on time? Do I have time to do this?
Yeah, I mean, you've got, you know, like another minute.
It's going to take more than a minute.
Okay, but I mean, I feel like on these, I mean, we kind of need to let you use the numbers since that's what.
The reality is, like, it's fine. Whatever the value the board puts on it, I have no problem with. It's totally up to y'all. But I'm just trying to propose a number that is somewhat similar.
Yeah.
To expecting it with the next.
I think you should
Do it.
I think you should do
Go
it.
ahead.
That's your job that you're supposed to do.
Ready? Y'all can play charades or something. And I want to look at the. Show me the aerial again, Scott. Are those on the side there? Are those units?
Those are right there. yes.
Okay.
Those would be 5x10s.
5x10s, okay. And then the little building on the side, that's got some 5x10s and then some 10x10s.
That's correct.
Okay, yeah.
And none on the other end.
Got it, okay. Let me look at that. All right. Okay. Do y'all want the number or do you want to know what I did?
I want the number.
Just give us the number.
253,680.
253,608.
I would say you could round it to 250 and that'd be fine.
250.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Are you in agreement with that, sir?
I'd like to see it at 185. I think that's from 10% from last year. I still don't know, you know, I still don't have concrete driveways. It's a gravel driveway.
Okay, well, we'll continue then.
Okay. So, clear. So now that was Amon's. So now we have, protester cross-examine and protester rebuttal. So, sir, you've got 4 minutes. Did y'all hear me?
For me, for 4 minutes.
If you need them. If you don't need them, that's fine too. But you have 4 minutes to ask questions or whatever because you didn't accept the 250. So we're going to continue on with the hearing.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I just wanted to point out too, on my P&Ls, the labor for this facility to be run, just so y'all know, if you go to the labor part of it, it's $287 $287.55 a week for somebody to run this. And the reason I bring that up is that's not very much money to run a storage facility. And I'm still in a negative of $1,042.27 with the tax rate that y'all want to give me next year. If you go and look at the one tax roll that I pulled, it would be 662.
They don't bring it in there. It's down.
The competitor.
Sit down. Okay.
If you look at that sheet at their tax value, they come out to $21.92 a square foot. They have concrete driveways in that one. And they are 9,400 square feet. Their property size is 0.4591. They are taxed on their land at $32,000, and their improvement at $206,070. And that'll complete what I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, so now, district, you get 2 minutes for rebuttal.
Yeah, those comps are boat storages. That's why they're different, because their rent is just much lower. Let me see here. And what am I in? Am I in closing or am I in rebuttal?
No, you're in rebuttal.
Okay. Oh.
You have like a minute and a half.
Let me see here. Oh, the changes that I made were more than normal, more than just the, just a square footage or whatever. What I did was I used his actual rent, his actual vacancy, assuming that those are necessary facts of reality. I still gave market expenses. His actual expense rate is 32.8%, but I've still allowed the 45 as per normal.
Right.
On top of that, I actually increased the cap rate on this from 8.95 to 9.5 because in the cap rate, there's two things: a risk rate and management rate. And on top of the expense and the labor of dealing with the day-to-day of a place that is, has neighborhood issues, environmental issues, it's a risky thing. It's an extra headache basically for the person who owns the property. So that's where the 250 comes from. And I'll point out that as far as breaking even, don't discount the fact that whenever you pay that lease, you pay off your mortgage, you gain equity in your property.
I understand that.
So that's a type of income. You're gaining equity. But that's it. That's where the 250 comes from.
Okay. And then, sir, you get 1 minute closing. Last opportunity to talk.
I really don't have much to say, but I just feel that it's overappraised at 250. Is that what you're at? Is 250,000?
Yes. Yeah, I think that if you were to sell this, you'd sell it to someone for 250, and I think they'd buy it.
Well, would you like to write a check for me today?
If I had 250, I promise you I would.
Right. I don't know what to say. I guess I won't be doing business in this town for very much longer. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. Eamon, you get 1 minute to close.
I don't have any closing.
Okay. Now the appraisal review board gets 5 minutes to discuss. And I'm just curious, how many units total are there in this thing?
I don't know.
Sir, can you tell me about how many units are in this?
About 62.
Thank you.
I think the 250 is a good number.
I agree. I think that it's fair. I think he went a little even beyond, so I'm fine with the 250.
I agree. I'm good with 250.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, so on account number 26058, based upon what we've heard from the district and from the property owner, and taking into consideration incorrect appraised market value, and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion on account 26058 that we lower the 2020 value on the whole property to 250,000.
I'll second that.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, 250,000 it is. This hearing is closed.
All right, so sir, you'll get a letter that'll kind of restate that. Also, it'll tell you if you wish to pursue this further, what those actions are and how you can start that. Also, it will have instructions on doing a survey as far as your experience with the Appraisal Review Board, which is us. And we'd really appreciate it if you fill that out and submit it.
That'll be great. Thank you for your time. I appreciate y'all.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you, guys.
That's it.
Okay, folks, I gotta run, so I'll see you all at 1:30.
Bye, Kathy.
We're in recess. We are in recess till 1:30.
Awesome.
Okay.
See y'all then.
Bye.
Bye.
Is that all?
Well, hold up. I'm trying to.